Ralph Sorelli, you're on the air.
Yeah, hey, listen, I'm a little concerned about Vegas. I heard that you're going to be taping the shows from like 2 to 6.
That's true.
When are we going to go at the pool, man? That's like prime pool time.
Well, I'm completely pissed because I wanted to tape the shows from 10 in the morning till 2. I'd get done, and then 2 o'clock I'd be out by the pool.
Out by the pool, yeah.
And then Tom was like, no, the people are complaining, the affiliates. And I'm like, no, they're not. Well, the Hard Rock's complaining because, there's not as many people awake at that time in the morning. I go, dude, the Hard Rock doesn't care.
How about you do the shows at night? Tape them from like 6 to 10.
Well, dude, that's your life because I can't stay up that late. And
Yeah, he'll have to go to bed right after the show.
Well, Monday I can do the pool because I'm leaving Sunday.
Oh, we're leaving Sunday?
Yeah, what do you mean we, white man?
Come on, man.
I'm leaving Sunday.
Ralph, just go to the pool from 2 to 6. What do you care?
Can I'll do a poolside report every day.
Oh, yeah, I don't care. You can go to the pool. I don't need you. Quite frankly, just pack me. I don't need you to go.
Well, you have fun, too, man.
When are you going out there?
When are you going?
Tomorrow.
Oh, you're leaving tomorrow?
No, I'm just kidding.
When are you going?
Sunday.
Oh, you are going Sunday?
Yeah. With you.
Are you?
Yeah, on your plane.
No.
I didn't invite you.
Oh, come on, man. Why not?
I don't know. I just feel like you have too good a life. I don't want to make it that great for you.
You never let me on that plane, man. You're very passive about it.
I'm letting you come home on it.
What's that?
I'm letting you come home on it.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah, maybe if he didn't get all these perks, he might do something.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm like, I'm so into the pool scene there, and then from 2 to 6, and then I got to go up to my room at 1.
I was on the website a couple times just looking at the pool scene.
Get ready.
I know.
Dude, I'm gonna be doing the shows in my bathing suit, soaking wet.
Oh, you're just gonna come right in from
there.
How about this, Howard?
Look at Artie with the bathing suit.
How about this, Howard? How about you tape the show from 10 to 2 and then take a pool break and then pick it up again around 6 or so?
Oh, God.
Hey, Artie.
Yeah.
So, we get there Sunday.
Right.
We dump our crap in the room.
Absolutely.
Freshen up. 2 seconds.
Freshen up. Yeah.
Boom. Let's go down and play poker.
Dude, I am...
After we play poker, we play craps.
Okay.
Then we slow down with some blackjack.
And then at midnight, I'm broke.
We eat. We drink. Monday morning, wake up, pool.
Wait, I didn't hear strippers.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Strippers.
I forgot.
Oh,
Well, they're
you ever have the Spearmint Rhino girls come who might be your hostesses?
I don't know, but I'm getting over to the Spearmint Rhino Club.
This leaving Sunday thing is a stroke of genius.
Well,
Thank you.
guys, call me when you get there, because I'll come down, and while you're playing Texas Hold'em, I'll watch. And
Who needs you laughing?
Oh, stop, because then I'll play blackjack.
And don't make fun of my stretch marks.
Craps and stuff you can teach me.
Sounds like Robin's getting psyched. She's going to take off her top.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you're going to be naked at the Spearmint Rhino.
Oh, I can't. Oh,
I'll call you in the room. When are you going down?
I'll be there before you guys get there on Sunday.
All right.
Oh, my God, the amount of liquor.
It's like the Jack Daniels will flow.
And the great thing about Monday, it's going to be that drunk in the sun thing. It's like 100 degrees there.
Forget about it.
What time do we get there?
Artie, do you think you'll ever be sober?
No.
Like once? Like for an hour, maybe?
No, I'm not going to be sober.
Are you kidding? On the plane, he drinks.
I think you'll get there at around 6 or
About 6, Howard, perfect. 6 o'clock.
Hey, Howard.
It's gonna be
you know what you should do? You should wait Artie before the trip and then at the end of the trip.
Yeah, Artie, get on the
that's
scale.
great.
I bet he gains like 5-6 pounds.
I'll do it. I don't care. What do I care?
Yeah, well, let's see what you weigh now.
I don't want the world to know my weight. All right, you want me to get on?
Yeah, get on.
Well, let me take off my
And
jacket.
then let's take bets on how much he gains.
I say he gains 10 pounds at least.
Please.
You can actually see him growing on the trip.
He bought himself a bathing suit because he doesn't want to sit by the pool. You know, I was reminded that Artie wore his socks
Yes, at the
pool with his pants and his shirt. And now he bought a bathing suit, a Nautica bathing suit.
You can imagine what that looks like.
226.
226, dude.
Oh,
What?
220.
What'd you think? I was going to be $1.80 or something?
I don't know. I didn't realize it was that much.
Really?
Yeah.
Artie, I think we...
I got my pants. I'm about 220.
I get 226.
Yeah, I got pants on. I got my farmer jeans on. These are heavy.
And that's 6 pounds.
Hey, Artie, why don't you strip down and weigh yourself?
I say he comes back 240.
Oh, 240.
I say he puts on 10 pounds.
You got to understand something. He starts drinking the second we get on the plane. Then it's like this move Artie has. We're playing cards, and the woman comes over. Oh, would anybody here like a drink? And Artie go, Jack and water. You know,
And I hope that food's not far behind.
You know what? I was saying before, in the old days, I would go to Las Vegas to lose weight because it was nothing but blow.
Oh, no.
When I lived in L.A., I'd go to Vegas for the weekends. I'd come back like 18 pounds later.
You were a featherweight.
I'm looking like a zombie.
But, you know, the other thing is that, you know, you get that plane stocked with food.
Yeah.
Artie eats the entire
Yeah, we
plane
stock it
line.
up with shrimp and all kinds of stuff.
It is just, I mean, that private jet perk is the greatest.
The best.
Oh.
Because I'll never forget that time that they had the buffalo wings.
Right.
And Artie just had this huge tray of buffalo wings, and he was eating them all by himself, and he ate through the entire bowl.
And it's funny, they put the big spread out, and, like, Artie doesn't even let the lady finish putting it out before he's on top of it.
Andrew, what's up?
Hey, what's up, pal? Big
Hey.
fan.
Thanks.
The pool's closed at 6 in Vegas.
Oh,
Fine.
fine.
What?
Fine.
So you'll be up in the morning, and you'll be at the pool.
That's why I'm saying 6 to 10 is perfect to do the show.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Then I can't go to dinner. Forget about it.
Yeah, girls go for free at the pool, right, Ralph?
Yeah. Ralph can be at the pool all day. He doesn't have to pay for a thing.
Very face factor.
No, hot girls go for free.
Hey, Mike, you're on the air.
Yeah, Ralph has to pay. He's not a hot girl.
Yes, low
Ralph's a
hours.
bit of a butterface.
All right. Hey, thank you, Ralph. Ralph
Douchebag out.
Douchebag out.
Let me get your prediction on what's going to happen here. You know, the worst part about it is I can't take the jet back.
Why?
I have a gig that I couldn't get out of in St. Louis Friday night.
Oh.
At this place. I got a gig Friday night, May 14th at the Pageant Theater, by the way, in St. Louis. I got to get up at 6 a.m.
You're not going to be able to do
Friday morning. And you think, I mean, how am I going to do that?
You know, what are they paying you? You just give them the money.
It's really good money, and I couldn't get out of it. It's like, because, you know, our Vegas...
You're going to get up at 6. Thursday nights are our big night.
That's the party
Well,
night.
I'm just going to stay up.
You're going to stay up and then get on sleep on the plane?
Just go right to the plane.
All right.
And then, you know, I'll fly to St. Louis, and I'll sleep in St. Louis in the hotel. And then...
Tell everyone not to go to your gig, and then they'll close up anyway.
Yeah, cancel it.
I'm going. Please go to the gig. I need you.
Oh, my goodness. Artie, you'll never make it. 6 o'clock in the morning?
Well, I'm just going to stay up. That's what I did at Super Bowl weekend, and look what I did in L.A. It was great. Very productive.
Flunked 7 auditions.
Yeah, I made a complete jackass out of myself.
Did you hear Artie in Vegas?
You know what, Artie? I cleared out the minibar a little bit for you. And I got you a little Jack Daniels.
Wow, that's got to be expensive where you're staying. That minibar.
Some vodka.
Did you get me a Toblerone chocolate?
No, I didn't think of that, but I brought some cards in case I hate to be here on the night on the day rather that you guys are like down from being in Vegas and now it's like kind of back to the old grind. So I thought maybe I'd deal a little blackjack to you. If you
It's enough with that.
I'll drink with you.
Artie, I woke up at like 7 o'clock in the morning and just my radio goes on and I just hear when the morning you called in. And we're ranting and raving like a...
Yeah, I have that.
I don't remember.
Let me hear what he sounded like.
I don't remember any of it.
I told Gary to pull some, highlights, but I don't know if he's done that yet.
Oh. It is truly terrifying.
It is, right?
It really was. It was something else. At first, I thought it was a rerun. I thought,
Wait, you want to see some tape? Wait a second. I'm going to show you 9 minutes of Artie.
I don't want to see it.
And I've got the audio so people listening on the radio can hear it. Artie makes Jeff the drunk look normal.
I don't know why Artie gets upset about this.
Well, because it's embarrassing.
Because it's not. You know what? I don't care. What does it matter anymore?
But you got to see this. And this is he's like saying weird stuff. He calls everybody a faggot.
I noticed that when I was listening to radio.
Look, I'm not an educated guy. That's how I talk.
But then he sees this big black security guard and he says,
and I call him a faggot, like everybody does.
You have sex with big black women.
I'm sure he does.
And I mean, like a black guy wants to hear that.
Well, he's probably doing the Jimmy the Greek thing. My big black is having its big buck or whatever.
Oh, it's not like that.
And he goes.
When you say to a guy he's got a vagina, it's a little bit of a hit, like an insult.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like a locker. Hey, wash your vagina.
Meanwhile, this guy is carrying Artie around in a wheelchair.
Right.
He's a
helping
good
him
guy.
out.
I tipped him. I gave him a C note.
Am I supposed to...
Tom gave him $20.
How am I supposed to play this? Is there a...
You don't need to play. We just give Artie these alcoholic beverages that I brought in, and we can recreate it.
What do you got? You got any J&B over
there? No. I can run back if you want.
Please, did you have someone do that? You got a runner?
What's this going to take me an hour to set up?
No. I wouldn't want to lose this tape. Man, let's make sure we get this on.
Against anyone.
Right, here we go.
Knew she had counsel.
I sound good there.
All right, you ready? Go ahead.
I'm not ready.
Here. Here's Artie in Vegas. 9-minute recap. Can you see it? Can everyone see this or just me? No. Perfect.
Oh, God.
Well, they took all the monitors for the trip.
Oh.
How about it?
Oh, here, you guys...
Let me get a fat, non-alcoholic. Chicken finger. Let me see that. Oh, that's good. Let me see that. Oh, jeez. Wait, what? No, stop.
Thank God there was a camera there.
You see how he's flailing around?
It looks like underwater footage. It looks like you're swimming, except you're not in water.
He's flailing. His arms are flailing. I'll show this on E, but his arms are flailing around.
Actually, that's me auditioning for the show O.
Go ahead.
Underwater stuff.
The Who? You want me to be the Who? You want me to be the Who? You want me to be the Who? No. Howard has made more money for this hotel than the Who ever did. I'm going to destroy everything.
Hey, thank you, Artie.
Hey, you don't show me. I would have went up to the hotel room with Howard, and I would have said...
What night is this?
This is the night of Spearmint Rhino. That's the night of the karaoke.
Yeah, this is the night of my appearance.
Oh, okay.
This is right after the show.
Oh, this is when I was called over to the Spearmint Rhino so that I could come talk you down?
Why am I talking about the Who?
I don't know.
I love the Who, but...
You're going to make me do drinks.
You all right? What do you want to do? You want some food?
I want to die, man. I just want to die in peace.
Why?
Because I hate you. No, I love Ganji.
Come on.
But just give me a cheeseburger. I'll throw it.
You want cheeseburger or pizza?
Dude, a cheeseburger and pizza suck.
I got a pizza right over here. You just got to get a pizza.
You're gay. You're gay.
Dude, it's pizza. You turned up pizza.
Pizza sucks, Ganji.
All right, there we go. Oh, my God. Hey, I'll take some.
Artie, can we walk upstairs?
Let's go. Let's go, man. You're all hot. Everybody's a celebrity.
Relax.
Las Vegas. Jennifer Holloway.
So now Artie's being carried by Joe, the security guy, up to his room. Joe's a good guy. Joe said his shoulder was killing him from trying to keep you up.
I got to send Joe a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like a bobblehead doll that the spring got stretched out. You just can't control your head.
Your head's just sort of wobbling.
It's amazing. I don't remember a second of this.
That's not that amazing.
Doctors say that's a good sign. If you can't remember it, it's okay.
Is it a good sign that I can now relive it on video?
That means the alcohol's working.
This is going to make a hell of a true Hollywood story. Go, Artie.
Jennifer Holloway.
We've got the whole thing on tape for the true Hollywood story.
Look, there's my buddy, Big Dave.
You know, it'd be funny if we actually produce a true Hollywood story as if Artie did die.
Yes.
Well,
because it was reported.
We take the newscast of Artie's death. Did you hear about that?
Yes, yeah.
And then we actually put together the story because we got all the tape.
An hour-long special.
Yeah, it'd be great. Start working on that. The day Artie died.
Jennifer Holloway is Las Vegas.
Which way? This way. My right.
Joey from The Sopranos, you faggot. How's Joey the faggot? Joey, come here. Get over here, you fool. You're a good actor. Come here. Get the f*** over. Get the f*** over.
Joey, he's right. He's a friend of ours.
You're coming to my room. Come on. What are you drinking for?
Oh, he goes, you're a faggot. Come to my room.
What are you drinking for?
Well, now, I know he's really not a...
Artie Lang would never return from Las Vegas.
Coming up, Artie Lang boards a plane for Las Vegas.
Artie Lang's sister speaks.
Here's Joey from The Sopranos, the last man to be seen with Artie.
Who's not a gay guy, by the way.
Who Artie called a faggot.
I mean, a lot of people, I think, are going to be doing that.
Artie offended a lot of people on his last day.
So remember when you said you had to go home? We understand there was some sort of intervention. I think your mom got on the phone for the intervention.
No. I never talked to my mother. She was too busy crying with rosary beads. My mother said 84 novenas.
Really?
But who was on
It wasn't enough.
Who was on the phone that got you to come home?
I got a guy to call if I get into some trouble.
Really?
From
I
rehab?
didn't know that.
A sponsor. An old guy I used to know from rehab, where if it gets a little crazy, I call the guy.
What did he say to you?
He said you should come home.
Can we call him now?
No.
Yeah, we got to get him for the special.
No, we can't call him now. The guy's actually does.
Artie's sponsor.
The guy's connected.
Oh, yeah.
Artie, in this clip, Artie's sponsor reaches out to Artie.
When did he think he needed to call this guy? Were you in this condition when you called?
Right after I called a big black guy a faggot.
That big black guy was like the nicest security guard in the world.
So let me tell you something. Big Dave is one of my favorite people who ever lived. That guy saved my life 4 times this week.
Yeah, well, I tipped him for you.
I tipped him too.
Go ahead.
Please bring him up. How's that? This guy's a fag on The Sopranos. I've never said that I was a fag on the Howard Stern show. So, fags on The Sopranos are fags. Get over here. I'm not going nowhere with that show. Let's go to the
I'll go to your room.
No, let's go. Let's go. What am I, an ass? I overlooked your perfect tan.
Artie, we gotta go, man. Let's go.
Come here, Joey.
Come on, Artie. Let's go.
I like Joey.
Come on, Artie.
Best guy ever. Come on.
Let's go, Artie. Let's go. Joey, we'll get it. We'll get it.
Joey.
Come on, baby.
Joey. Joey.
Come on, man. Come on, you're killing me, man.
I love Joey.
Come on, man.
Joey, where the f*** is going, man? Where you going to faggot? You faggot.
You want Joey in your room, and then you call him a faggot.
Oh,
He's a fag because he won't come to your room?
Yeah. Come on, you fag. Let's go to my room.
This is so. I'm just gonna leave and open up a deli or something.
You are.
You know what I mean? Like, what am I doing? I'm just gonna leave.
It's funny though. Wait till you see the video on TV.
You know how many powerful people in show business I'm offending right now? This is.
Oh, they all do it too.
It's done.
I can see you running a deli, by the way.
Oh, I know.
You know, into the ground.
You want to see me running a deli?
A big drunk.
Sub, you faggot.
Big drunk running a Subway shop.
But I'm going to run it where this behavior is acceptable.
All right, go ahead.
I'm back here. Prove you don't want
You want to fight?
Wait. The visual is Artie is being carried backwards.
Look at my love handles.
In a way, it's kind of like Artie gets a lot of attention if he gets drunk. Like, everyone treats him like a little baby.
Look at he's being
carried.
Yeah. That's Cornell.
Coddled.
That's Cornell there. It's Cornell and Big Dave.
What's funny is, though, these two guys hold up, and Artie is moonwalking.
His feet are barely touching the ground.
He's floating backwards.
I'm floating on air.
You're like a baby in one of those Johnny.
We'll walk. We're fine. We'll walk.
Now they're putting Artie in a wheelchair.
We're going straight. You want to ride or you want to walk?
How the hell Joey is a fag?
Okay, let's go, bro.
Big day. I've made a lot of trouble.
Are you all right, Artie?
Tell you what, guys, listen, it's not a racial. It's not a racial thing. I hate Italians as much as I hate the blacks. You know, Italians and blacks are all just.
I saw the clothes the little lady with the size of these two.
Shut up, killing the soul.
He's drunk, man. He's drunk.
The Jews are the motherfuckers. You guys encounter a Jew, just walk back. I love Jews, though, because they're the greatest people ever.
You're like Don Rickles. You insult the Jews, and then
you say something nice.
Yeah.
Seriously, can I just leave now? Because I'm out of show business.
I got to say this. You know, now he looks like, one of Jerry's kids.
One of Jerry's drunken kids.
I think
he has no coordination. He's just a mess.
I look like I have MS.
Yeah.
This is astonishing. I've never seen anything like this.
You never seen
I wasn't there, because I would have got you naked. We would have been
Jimmy, that's the move. Put his hand in warm water, watch him pee his pants.
Remind me never to drink 80 drinks around Jimmy.
You would have some real fun.
So let's count this. So far I've been anti-Semitic, homophobic, and anti-black, right?
Yeah.
So let's see what else happens.
Good.
Nice recap.
He's in a wheelchair right now, by the way.
Yeah, being wheeled.
You guys don't roll, man. All right.
No, you roll.
You're rolling, Artie.
Jennifer Holloway.
So Artie just is in the wheelchair.
Get up, 110, you faggot.
He goes in front of a room, picks up a pizza box, and throws it all over the hall.
Then yells at the room number.
He called the room number a faggot.
He keeps going.
Yeah, go.
110.
You guys know what room he's in?
Get up, 108, you fag. Hey, 104. That's me. I'm going to all come in. We're going to drink. Just put the camera down. We'll drink.
So then Artie gets out of his wheelchair and walks into a wall.
Was he trying to escape? What was that?
He left. It looked like a ghost shoved him into a wall.
I tried to escape, but I ran into a wall.
He was like trying to get away from the security people and ran into a wall.
Like he loved himself.
I got outsmarted by a wall.
We got to look at that again.
Yeah.
That deserves an instant replay.
We'll do that on the E! Show. But go ahead.
I got outsmarted by sheep. This is my room. Get in here. It's a party. It's a party.
What's this? Wait a second. Artie runs into his room, jumps up on the couch, and the couch goes rolling onto the floor. It falls onto the floor with Artie now is passed out on the floor, face down.
Yeah, Artie just does a dead man's flop.
Jimmy, listening to it on the radio, did you think he was this drunk?
Well, you know what? I was really, almost happy to see him this morning when I saw him because I thought, oh, he's almost dead.
Yeah, but this is
this is unbelievable.
Go ahead.
This is unbelievable.
Come on, dude.
You all right, Artie? Wash your
Dude, you gotta chill out, my
Wash your
Wash your...
Your P word.
Oh, the P word for a girl. All right.
Yeah.
Wash your...
Guys, I wouldn't want to get you in the way of putting the couch back together.
Still the funny man.
Oh, no.
Oh, now he's opening up the balcony. He's going to jump out.
Hey, faggot!
No.
Hey, faggot!
I'm trying to save him now.
Artie, come on, man. We'll kick back in here. We'll kick back in here, Artie.
You know what, dude? Put the suit on. I'll wear your suit. I'll say I'm a fag. Come on.
Artie, come back inside.
Faggot! I'm yelling at the faggots.
Wow. So they left him on the bed to sleep, but somehow he got out and ended up at the strip club.
I'm surprised all my buddies at Eden say, no, listen, let him jump. We'll get it on camera.
He's not out by any stretch of the imagination. He's just resting for about 30 seconds.
What time is this, by the way? Because it's broad daylight.
6:30.
6:30 in Vegas, and people by the pool, and he's calling them faggots.
Well, listen,
They got to make those doors more complicated.
I really don't. I don't like offending anybody.
Oh, stop, Artie.
Hey, Vinny, you're on the air.
Hey, Artie.
What?
Hey, Ironside, listen, I want to thank you for coming up with the tape even more embarrassing than the Debbie tape.
Yeah, you know what the difference is? You gave us the Debbie tape, Ruth. This is me. I didn't know any of this. I think I have a lot.
You for the rest of your life.
What happened to what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas?
Not on cable.
Let me just say, Vinny, that there's not even close to as embarrassing as the Vinny tape.
Oh,
Yeah, by the way, Vinny was sober when he made that tape.
Yeah.
Easy, Poppy.
Yeah, let's hear this.
1 minute to change my clothes, and actually not change my clothes, put on some clothes. You know why? I'm not dressed now. Look, this is what I'm wearing. Hold on a second. I know you've seen this shot before, so this is not going to shock you, but I'll give you another glimpse of my bod. Hold on. What's to come? Hold on 1 second. Okay, Deb. Well, in a matter of speaking, my head is still in the picture, only this is a different head, a crucial head. No, I'll get back. I want you to make it so easy for you. I'll give you a profile sign. Okay?
We have a winner.
Oh, Debbie.
There's my ass. Isn't it? An ass. What an ass. God, what a big ass. Okay. And this is going to be yours. I want to make this too raunchy because God, if someone sees this guy, they'll never be able to recognize me. They'll have to have a police lineup, right? The people holding their and just say, no, that's not the one. Is that the one? No, that's not the one. Is that the one? No, that's not the one. Is that the one? Yeah, that's the one. Oh, I love you. Oh. This guy over there is dying to meet you. He can't wait to meet you. Face to face.
I think about this constantly, this Debbie stuff. I think about it constantly because...
I know.
Howard, I got to catch my bus. Artie!
Vinnie.
We're going back to me. Don't worry.
Come on.
My question is this, because the fact that you gave these tapes, it doesn't make any sense. Either you love the show much more than you love your own dignity, or you have no sense whatsoever.
He has no sense whatsoever because he gave it to me and he goes, "It's a sweet tape."
Jimmy, I remember them. I made a mistake, okay? But there's a lot worse that I didn't give. That's all I can say.
My balls.
You got to give me that.
No. I made that mistake once already.
Save that for you.
We might pay you for those.
Those will vindicate you, I'm sure.
I would be happy to chip in. I really would.
Yeah, I'm saying that could be worth big money.
Yes.
All right, goodbye, Vinny.
Oh, Artie. I love you, Artie.
How much more of this Artie tape is there?
It's about 2.5 minutes, but the best part, I think, is coming.
What is that?
Oh, my
It's
daddy.
him telling it's a lot of racial stuff.
All right, let me hear it.
This way, let's just end my life right now.
Don't go anywhere. What's always up?
Artie just fell off the bed.
Here on my back. Ready, Artie? You should go somewhere.
He hurt his back.
He's the only guy who knows what I'm talking about.
I know. We want you to get some rep.
Rock and roll. I like rock and roll. Joe is the best guy ever. This guy is clearly not a fag. He likes hardcore black pussy. Like I do, right? If you had a fucking like if Jack Tatum had a daughter with a really hardcore jet black whore, and he had a kid, there'd be like an enormous black pussy. This guy would that pussy. This guy likes white chicks. This guy David.
Wow.
Listen,
Wow.
Listen, I'm going to go.
No! Where are you going?
I'm going back to Jersey. I'm going back to whatever I did before all this.
You're going to be a longshoreman.
Thanks, guys.
Wow.
It's been a lot of fun.
Black is the better athlete.
Why? Why are you getting all freaked out?
Jack Tatum. I love Jack Tatum.
So you're saying if he had a daughter...
He might have a daughter.
Well, if he had
she's hardcore.
If she was hardcore. But if he had a daughter with a big black hole, you're saying...
Yeah.
No. If the daughter was...
I don't know what I'm saying.
No, they're right.
Really?
If Jack Tatum would have had a daughter with a big black whore, she'd have the biggest, blackest you-know-what.
I see.
Right. Yeah.
This is spectacular. You could win an Emmy for this. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. It really is. Unbelievable.
I have always found black women sexy, so maybe this is coming out now.
No, you're saying that this guy's so hardcore.
Yeah, he's hardcore.
That he can handle...
Which means
a linebacker type woman.
You've got to make an Artie Gone Wild tape and sell this because this is. I would watch this in slow motion. I would memorize every single word.
It's not a slow moment, is there?
No,
Artie Gone Wild.
It really is. It's
Artie Gone Wild.
It's an incredible performance. I love my favorite part is the angry sarcasm in the middle, like they're the idiots. You know, your feet are up in the air and the couch is on top of you. Like, let me put on your suit and then I'll be a man.
Let me just say that I love every group of people. I don't hate anybody. This is just my sort of uneducated Jersey Slav language.
You know what else amazes me? That Dave understands.
Dave's a great guy.
Dave, the security guy at the Hard Rock Hotel, is a great guy.
By the way, Dave will be staying with me. He's coming over to New York and hanging out.
Yeah, with one of his big black whores.
No, I bring a video camera. That would be fantastic.
All right, let me finish this tape because I'm running behind.
This guy's a sellout motherfucker. But I'll tell you what.
Now Artie's looking at another black guy calling him a sellout.
That's Big Dave.
Guy, too.
I don't know how he knows all that.
That's Big Dave.
Big muscular guy.
Oh, that is Big Dave.
That's Dave.
Who's the other guy who you say could handle?
That was Cornell.
Oh, okay.
Who was Big Dave's cousin.
All right, go ahead.
He's just gonna fucking protect me, so I love pretty much. Get that. He loves white pussy, and he's guilty of that. This guy pisses me off. I don't want this guy to get any white pussy ever.
All right.
Wow.
All right, listen. I was talking to a white guy, by the way.
He looks like a member of the student council or something. And when he's like, I don't. When you're accusing him of that.
Amazing how drunk you are, and yet you're performing for the camera.
Well, I'm a performer.
The freeze frames are the best.
Much like Jerry Lewis.
The freeze frame.
You can't get a bad shot.
It looks like it's like a scene from Animal House. It really is come to life. It's incredible.
Mr. Blutarski.
Mr. Blutarski. 0.0. Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life. I have gone through life fat, drunk, and stupid.
You know what? I think that's the name of the video.
No, it's already gone wild.
Oh, well, then
maybe it
has to be fat, drunk,
maybe it's
stupid.
Artie gone wild. Subtitle: Fat, Drunk, and Stupid.
If you do that, can I just get a couple of points? Just something to buy the deli with.
Oh.
Wow.
Hey, Rob, you're on the air.
Hey, Artie.
Hey, Rob.
How you doing, brother?
What's up, buddy?
Man, you got to slow down, bro. I thought you were going to get fired last week.
Yeah, I thought
you were going to fire him the way you were.
Why? I should give him a raise.
Fire him, yeah.
Fire him.
All right,
Look at how much he's done for the show.
I'm sailing through today's show.
Robin at the, oh, that was great. That was unbelievable. You got to put that out tonight on E. You got to put it on.
Let's go to
it's all finale, I think. Just ratings
you got to put that on, man. That was great. I can't see right here. I'm laughing so hard, my eyes are tearing.
All of the Artie stuff, along with everything that we did, will be on starting tonight.
I predict 52 million. Yeah.
Even Robin had to yell at him last week.
Yeah,
right,
great.
Robin? You were yelling at him. Calm down, Artie. Sit down. And he's drunk and everything, just being belligerent. I thought he was gone.
Hey, Shuli, you're on the air.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
Hey, man, Artie was out of control.
Hey, hold on 1 second. I got a problem with the phone. Hold on.
Jesus.
You there?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Artie was out of control, but there was another guy that was drunk and out of control. It was Ronnie.
Ronnie, the limo driver?
Yeah.
No footage of that, though, is there?
I wish.
Oh, he was running through. Here, I got a list of curse words, right, that I'll say clean on the air, but you tell me yes or no if you think he said them out loud in the Hard Rock.
What kind of game is that?
Who, Ronnie or me?
Ronnie.
Oh.
All right.
Like walking around in front of everybody yelling out. Do you think he yelled out the F word?
Yes.
Okay. What about a-hole?
Yes.
What about the C word?
Yes.
What about mother effer?
Yes.
What about mother effer followed by the C word?
Yes.
What about good steam's a fag?
Yes.
I said that.
What about the N word?
Yes. No, he wouldn't say
you're
the
right
N-word.
on all of those, by the way.
He said the N-word?
The N-word?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which N-word? Which N-word? Well, you don't know.
Neophyte?
I got to...
By the way, I never said the N-word in this entire video, and that shows
You
that
might as well have.
I am not
Really?
a racist.
At all.
I'm just a fun-loving guy who loves Jews, fags, and N-words.
All right, finish the tape, because I just want to know where this goes. Wow.
This guy is the coolest guy ever. You see this guy? This guy, no, that guy's good. The other guy's good. I'm just afraid he's going to kill me. I'm afraid you guys will kill me, too, but there are no repercussions for my hand from the mafia. Look. Come in, guys. Guys, I was just explaining to all these black cushions because black guys who kill me are going to get killed by the death penalty.
Here, Sheriff, my good buddy, Artie. You're going to sleep.
No, I'm not.
I'll take your Garrett tonight. You take mine tomorrow night.
Garrett, I'm going to spin right.
No.
I'm taking all these black guys over there, and we're going to show them what small white are.
I'll take yours tonight. You take mine tomorrow night.
We're going to show all the strippers what a small white dick is. They're going to have to...
Right? He's so hammered.
But it's done.
It's done.
I mean, is there? You guys just want to just skin me alive? Well, I mean, there's nothing. The machine of dreams.
What's this?
TV commercial.
I was like,
Say, where'd that come from?
isn't it weird how every rock song is now, like every rock song we grew up with is now a commercial?
Yeah.
Like all those guys who said they'd never sell out, sold out.
I blame Artie.
By the way, this is going to affect my ad campaign that I had all wrapped up.
Is your endorsement?
Yeah.
Anyway, Jimmy Kimmel Live is weeknights at 12:05 on ABC. Jimmy joins us this morning.
Yeah.
And we got to take a break. And I mean, I got so much tape.
Artie, that is stellar tape, though.
Yeah.
Stellar.
Congratulations.
That really,
yeah.
You know what? That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Artie gone wild.
You are one hell of an actor.
No, yeah, that was all acting, by the way.
All right, you know what?
I'm all for the broad movement.
My youngest is at the age where she's just embarrassed.
She'll become empowered soon.
Yeah.
Start writing papers.
Yeah, papers.
I never wrote a paper in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, not really.
You didn't go to college?
I didn't go to college, yeah. And I barely got out of high school.
I had to write a bunch of papers in college. I did it. I was all right at it.
Really?
Yeah.
I wrote one book report, I remember. Like, I did it 4 times in, like, 8 years. The Hank Aaron story.
And you were interested in that subject.
Yeah. I got to admit, I did that in high school, too. Every year I wrote the same book report.
Really?
On the same book. Teachers never check what you read the previous year.
Yeah.
Artie went to college for 2 weeks.
He did?
Yeah.
He actually went?
Yeah, he signed up and got in.
I went to a county, Union County College, but it wasn't a good college because I had a locker.
Oh, wow.
You know what? That's when you know a college is bad.
It's not college.
Here's your locker. Wait a second.
You had a locker?
I had a locker in high school.
I played 9-ball in the game room for like 2 months, and then I quit.
The best thing about college is I could smoke cigarettes in the classes. That was way cool.
Yeah.
I chain smoked.
Yeah, that was so adult.
Yeah, I chain smoked. I was a chain smoker. I smoked 4 packs a day.
4 packs?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I love smoking. Now I'm vehemently against it, but I did love it.
4 packs? That's serious stuff, man.
I had an ashtray. I wouldn't even empty the ashtray. I love the smell of it.
Heck.
Yeah.
All the butts and the ashes just hanging there?
Like if I met you in college and dragged you up to my room?
It would just be a den of smoke.
One big den of smoke, pot, and bad wine. I'd leap from mulch. Bottles of it.
Sounds so inviting.
For any little hoes I could get up there.
Right.
Of course, no little hoes wanted to be with me, but...
Maybe if you'd clean them, things would have been different.
Yeah. I should have cleaned my room.
Yeah, guys were disgusting in college.
Not Dr. Lou. He was my roommate. He was real clean. He hated my filthiness and dirt. He would yell at me.
Well, see, you can see the happening dude wanted it clean.
Yeah, he's a happening guy. He's a doctor. Doctors know about that stuff. Now I'm different. Now I like clean.
Right. You know, it attracts girls.
Mm-hmm. Hell with that, all that dirt attracts bugs.
Right. Yeah, it can get kind of gross.
You were trying to attract something.
Yeah.
You got bugs.
Yeah. Caught out on cocaine while in Hollywood. Oh, this isn't the letter. Casey, this isn't the letter.
Why don't they know what letter it is?
I should have it. There's a different letter that just talks about...
It's a lot of Artie letters.
Yeah.
Artie, you touched a lot of people.
Appreciate the caring.
Let me see.
Appreciate it.
Oh, okay, yeah, this is the letter.
All right.
All right. Because of Artie's story, I went to the Karen Foundation, which is where I guess Artie went. Artie mentioned...
No, I didn't go to the Karen Foundation.
You didn't?
I went somewhere, but that's not where I went.
Well, I guess this person enrolled in the Karen Foundation.
Whatever that is.
However, I cannot understand, Artie, how you could go through that 28-day program and still be so heavily using. Were you listening to all the lectures that Turk gave? What about Big Mike? And Howard, as a cocaine addict, let me tell you that if he is still drinking and gambling, there is no way in hell he is still not using cocaine.
Really?
It makes me really jealous that he was able to be relatively successful in the midst of all that craziness. I left Karen Foundation 7 months ago and haven't picked up a drink or any coke since. If you are really an addict, you simply can't put one or the other down. It will catch up with Artie and will affect the show. Can you drug test him? I'm a huge fan, but as someone whose life was nearly ruined with drugs and booze, I wish the show wouldn't glamorize addiction quite so much. Artie is going down unless he tries to get recovery. There is no way this story of his won't end tragically. That's all I'm saying about that. Take care. Love to all.
Artie, can we drug test you?
Thank you, now that my mother's crying.
Yeah.
And every executive that might hire me in L.A. is driving to work listening.
Let us drug test you.
Go ahead, drug test me. You want to drug test me? Go ahead.
I can see that.
June 14th will be 5 years without coke.
All right.
So far, I can see that you're reading of that being used during the E! True Hollywood story.
Yes,
Yeah, I would just-
Artie's life.
Actually, I wouldn't want to know Artie if you didn't drink.
But what? Can we drug test him?
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
All right, we'll drug test you.
I'll pee in a cup right now.
But you know, Howard, cocaine gets out of your system faster than any other drug.
Well,
as far as the urine test.
Yeah, thanks, Shuli. You're closer to getting this job now, you punk. It's the last time I'm nice to you, you little creep.
Howard, I have a picture of Artie from the Vegas show that I could email to you guys. He's talking to Brian, the cameraman. I swear to God, I don't know who he's looking at, but he's not looking at Brian. He's so trash.
We have better pictures. We have Artie at 2 o'clock in the morning eating pizza, and it looks like he's orgasming.
You want to see a face.
He's drunk on Jack Daniels, and he's got the pizza going into his mouth, and he's smiling.
Happy man.
Artie, you got to admit that's a disturbing picture.
What's disturbing about it? Having a slice of pizza?
Yeah, but look at the face. I think when you're orgasming, you don't look that happy.
I don't have a picture of that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'll try to
Tell him in the lecture, Howard.
I told you. I told him about steroids. I told him about, I told him the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, hey, thanks, Shirley.
Do you think he listened?
No.
No.
So is Artie out of the contest?
Yeah, Artie, you're out of the contest, right? God, man. I'll leave it up to Artie.
Well, I'm out of show business now. I might as well drop out of the contest.
Oh, listen to you being a downer.
What a downer. I'm a downer?
It's all right. So you don't do cocaine. We know.
That's right. I hope you do.
I do know.
I couldn't be functioning like this if I did cocaine.
Oh, stop.
There's no way you could. It's impossible.
Artie, are you still in the contest?
That's the question.
I think you're out, right?
I'm in.
All right, you gave up, right?
I did not give up.
What'd you eat yesterday while you were sick?
Be honest.
Right next to the doctor's office, there was a diner.
See?
Which is the truth.
All right, go ahead. You might as well confess.
You know, Artie, I got to tell you something. There's always a diner somewhere.
Right. Especially in Jersey. So, and then after the doctor's appointment, he gave me a shot. I hadn't eaten all day, and I went over there, and I had an omelet and sausage.
Like not even egg white omelet.
It was an omelet.
All right, omelet.
Any bread?
Yeah, I had rye toast.
You had rye toast and what on the toast?
Nothing on it.
Butter?
No.
A smear.
I had a little jelly on it.
I knew it.
Chocolate milk or not Diet Coke?
During the whole breakfast, I had a coffee.
Right.
But then at the very end, I got a chocolate milk.
All right, so you had an egg omelet with sausage.
Right.
And those sausage are like, they might as well just deep fry them.
Yeah, right.
An order of sausage.
An order of sausage. All right, one order.
Right, and then
rye toast with jelly.
Can I jump in? Is the order of sausage different than a side of sausage? It's more sausage, a whole order, right?
Yeah, whatever.
It's 2 pieces of sausage.
Sure. Rye toast with jelly.
Right.
Coffee.
Right.
And then chocolate.
I was sick, though.
Yeah, chocolate milk for dessert. I thought you're not sick.
I had a chocolate milk.
You're not sick.
I was sick yesterday.
All right, now that's lunch. Or that's the after.
Was that breakfast?
That was about after I got up and went to the doctor about 11:30.
All right, so what happens for dinner?
What happened for lunch? I don't think he didn't have lunch.
Yeah, he ate 3 squares.
No, I didn't eat lunch because I went to bed early. At about 5 o'clock, I got a turkey and Swiss on rye. And
no dressing on that?
No, but I had coleslaw.
Put it on the sandwich?
No, he just ate that on the side.
I do like that.
Yeah.
And then I had a black and white cookie.
So do you really want to be in this thing? It's going to, and also when you go to the gym, you end up working out hard and you blow yourself out. Just drop out. Admit defeat. Admit it.
Give me one more week.
Okay.
Give me one more week.
No.
All right, he wants to gain 2 more pounds.
All right, one more week.
To get 1 more week to get
If you take
even.
one more week.
The thing is, I'm not going to be on the show next week because I'm off for work. I have other work that I'm doing, and I'll be back Thursday.
Wait a second. You'll be doing a movie next week, right? So you'll be at the craft services table?
No. It's hard not to eat when you're doing that, but that's not what I'm doing.
Like I did a movie and there was a lot of good food there, but I ignored it.
You have willpower. You have more willpower than the average person when it comes to that right now. Would you admit that?
Right.
But I keep thinking about that letter. Every time Artie says, but that's not what I'm going to be doing, the letter says what you say you're going to do and what you can actually do are 2 different things.
Yeah. Like you go, I'm going to go on a diet next week, and then you're going to be at the craft services table eating black and white cookies.
Besides all that crap, what have I ever told anybody here that I could do that I was not able to do?
You said that you would never drink during a work week, and you drink.
Hey, John, you know what? If you want to start messing around with people's livelihoods, John, you want to start getting honest about stuff, I'll do it. But I'll have to leave the show.
What?
Yeah. What? I mean, you're messing around with what I do for a living, man. Coming and saying stuff like that.
What is he talking about?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. I mean, you know, people hear this show, and it's a powerful show. So, you know, just calm down.
Well, you asked, what did I ever say I wouldn't do that I did? And he just said, you would never drink during the week, and you took a drink.
Thanks for pointing that out, man.
Yeah, all right.
I thought that we all pointed that out.
Oh, dear.
We should weigh him now and see.
Artie's down and out.
I think he's upset.
Artie, everyone knows you're not a drug addict anymore.
I'm not down and out.
A little fun.
You know what?
I gotta say so.
Artie, you're a complete professional. You've shown up every day for work on time, and you do it even during the World Trade Center disaster.
He never missed a day, and he
There's
never.
a boat over here.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Nobody thinks you can't work.
You show up every day. What are you talking about?
All right.
You're a Dean Martin.
You're Dean Martin. What's wrong with that?
You know, my mother's crying right now.
You like to drink and you like to eat. It's
Your
not
mother.
a secret. We don't think you're on any drugs. You like to drink and you like to eat.
Yes, absolutely.
Are you hiding that fact that you like to eat and drink?
No,
I mean, so
Is that a
they.
big
We're honest about what happens to them to me. I
So
am.
what are you worried about?
Well, just letters like that is, you know.
Oh, come on, it's funny.
But that's one guy, Artie.
Creepy guys like Shuley who probably wants this job calling up, oh, good picture, oh, yeah, that's good. The only pictures you'll ever be in, Shuley, are the pictures we took that night.
Sounds like you and John, though, are having a falling out, huh?
I don't know. I didn't say
falling out.
anything. All I said was, but you said that you never drink during the week. That's all. That's the only thing.
You said, name one thing that name one thing that I say I'm going to do and I don't do. He said, drink during the week. And you go, I hate you.
I gotta say, the big thing is
Funny.
I'm leaving the show.
I like the way he runs in with that little evil laugh of his.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the show, Artie.
I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying, you know, if you
I'm
want to start
shocked,
being,
'cause I love Artie.
being honest, we'll start being honest.
Right, then be honest about him.
I'm wondering what's the big thing you're holding back?
There's nothing I'm holding back.
I don't think that's what he meant.
My function on this show is not to snitch on people.
Why not? What did John do?
What did John do?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in general.
Oh, John, you must have done something.
I don't know what it is.
What are you
but,
doing?
Artie's got something on you.
Hasn't done anything. And, believe me, he's done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
Please snitch.
Look, I try to be a nice guy. If people ask me my opinions on stuff, and I'm always a nice guy, you know? And I'm not paid to trash people on this show. I'm paid to hang out and do whatever, you know?
Wow, what's he talking about, Hal?
Something's up. I'm just listening.
Nothing's up. Nothing's up. Believe me, nothing's up.
Oh, my goodness.
Nothing is up. Because you know what's funny? You know what's great about this show? Yesterday, sitting in bed sick, I listened, and I forgot how great it was to listen to the Howard Stern show. I loved it. I really did. I was like a fan again. And, you know, John comes in here with his things about people, and it's unbelievably entertaining. And I got to hand it to John. It's great for the show, but when you're involved here, sometimes it could be a little hurtful, a little bit of a pain in the ass.
What did I do? I said one thing, though.
You asked the question, what do I do?
It was a rhetorical question.
The guy in the letter says you will never be able to follow through on what you say you're going to do. And you go, I always follow through. Name one thing. And he goes, drinking during the week.
And you know what the funny thing is Artie's right. I've said this a million times. John can be unbelievably evil and everything else, but in this particular instance, he really
was so
wasn't.
harmless.
You want Jessica Hahn to stick up for you?
Here we go.
She's on the
Now
phone.
you got
If I need some
defense.
sort of representation.
Jessica, go ahead and say what you have to say.
First of all, that is a big deal what that lady said in the letter. You, Howard, I've heard say, if I can't drink, I'm not going to do it. You're so thin, and you're drinking to talk to Tom. And if anybody's going to worry about anybody, they should worry about you. You've suddenly taken up drinking. Artie doing...
I drink once a week. I have a glass of wine.
Whatever he said once in a while. Why are you all ganging up?
I'm not ganging up on Artie. I wouldn't hire Artie if Artie was out of control.
Talking.
Yeah, but
Artie's very disciplined when it comes to this show.
Nothing. That's a heavy...
I don't have a problem with Artie. Artie works on this show because he
I
is
was
responsible.
concerned that Artie was getting upset. We're just joking
You're
around
concerned
here.
about what the lady says in the letter.
No, we're not.
We're
Jessica,
goofing.
Thank you, Jessica.
pull yourself
Gary, I
together.
mean, Howard, you always dismiss me and when I have something right to say.
All right, you're right. I'm wrong.
Now everybody's defensive.
Now everybody's mad.
No,
Hey, listen.
you're just always acting like cocky lately.
Well, that's it. I'm cocky.
Here we go. Are you going to go off again and say how it's changed?
Yeah,
But I
she
just
does that
think
every once in a while. She goes, I've changed.
Yeah.
Well, you do. You do.
Well, so people change.
Of course they do. But it's just all of you are on top of this guy. And he loves his job.
Do you want to get on top of this guy?
I love Artie.
All right, thanks,
We all
Jessica.
love Artie.
Thank you, Jessica.
All right, you're right.
I love all you guys. It's great working here. It's just that when you hear letters like that, I'll pee in a cup every day if you want me to.
No one thinks you're on coke.
You're not going to get silent all
But I'm not silent all show. But if I pee in a cup every day, will that satisfy? Every day I'll
Stop it.
Who thinks you're on coke?
Evidently, that letter.
He's reacting like he is. You know?
Stop it already.
Very defensive.
No, believe me. If I was on coke, I would not be willing to pee in a cup.
What are you screaming about over there?
It just upsets my mom when she hears stuff like that.
You want to call her?
Yeah,
I'd like to talk to Artie's mom, actually.
Why?
Because I just think she sounds pretty cool. I want to hear how she decorated the apartment. Did she bring him a tray of stuff yesterday while he was
Isn't it
sick?
funny how like Artie's like this wild, out of control guy, but he's worried about his mom? That's the same as Kinnison.
Yeah.
Kinnison was on coke. He was completely out of control. He was banging. He'd come on the air and talk about it, and then I turn to him privately and I go, Sam, I'm going to go get an earring. I know you want one. You want to come with me? And he'll go, oh, no, my mom will kill me.
Yeah, she didn't care about the coke, apparently.
And I'm like, I mean, you're on coke, and he goes,
heroin, whatever.
He goes, oh, my mom hates earrings, and I don't want to piss her off.
My mother is a great woman, and she's been through a lot of crap, and I just, she thinks she's out of it now, and I want to make sure she knows she's out of it. That's all. Between me and my old man, she's been through a lot of crap.
Artie was saying last week that he put his mom through a lot when he went through his problems, and he feels bad about it.
My father
he does
too. My father was, a great guy, but a little bit of a maniac, and he got a tough break, and my mother gets all the brunt of it. So,
Wow.
Wow.
What wow? I'm just saying, wow. You read 2 letters that are like basically telling me,
So they're guys with issues who are reading into your life.
You know who's got a tough? Charles Manson's mother.
Right.
That's tough. Tell your mother to calm down.
She could take it.
Tell your mother she's got a damn good living over there in Jersey.
She never claimed she had it tough. I think she did.
Don't worry about her. She'll survive.
She'll bounce back.
Stop worrying about your mom.
And every day you prove that she has nothing to worry about. Leave it alone.
Here's a guy who says, my new sunglasses look like a bug now with my new glasses.
What?
Everyone tells me my new glasses are nice.
Except this guy.
Except
are you
this
going to
guy.
change them now?
Yeah, because this guy doesn't like them.
Can we see the shot of me eating pizza again?
He wants to remember being happy.
Remember happier days? Oh, my God.
There's a listener. Artie will love this letter. You replaced a drunken funny man with a degenerate gambler. Who could ask for more?
Everybody's got opinions.
All right.
Not own.
Here's a guy who says, Howard, you're talking the other night about crying in your sleep, which was shocking. He says, no wonder you cry in your sleep. You spend your days watching clowns getting gang raped by hillbillies. I'd be crying in my sleep, too. Watch Disney or something, for Christ's sakes. The guy's right.
Yeah, you had just seen that clown movie.
In fact, I understand that clown movie where the guy gets raped is showing in a theater somewhere. I was going to plug it just so people can go see it.
Is it already open?
It's going to go to the Angelica, which is a prestigious theater in this town.
Yeah, when is that open?
Hold on, you get it right.
Where do I have that?
Because now everybody can cry in their sleep.
Says, hey, you know what? You know that movie Howard's been yakking about all week with the clown rape? Well, I just found out it's opening next Friday, April 26th. That's this Friday, actually, isn't it?
No, next Friday.
Okay. It's going to be at the Angelica Film Center, which is at 18 West Houston Street in New York.
Yeah, beautiful theater.
On the big screen. You should do something with your listeners, like make a cut how far they can get through the movie before they have to bail out. I'll do it. I have to see this movie now because of all the stuff you've said about it. All I'm telling you is, the movie's horrible.
But wait, let me ask you a question.
But you watched a lot of this.
No, here's what happened. No. I don't want to mislead you if you go to see it.
All right, because you kept saying, I watched it until this point.
I had it on videotape.
Yes.
I started watching the beginning where the clown is a nice guy and he's doing good deeds.
Mm-hmm.
All right? But he's disturbing looking. He's fat and he's just an ugly clown. He's just like every evil clown.
All right.
But he's a good guy.
Yes.
So then I couldn't take it. It was so boring. He goes to a diner. He meets with his friends.
Did you fast forward?
I fast forward right to the clown rape.
Right.
Oh, you knew there was a clown rape?
Yeah, Gary told me.
I gave him the tape and I said, listen.
So then all of a sudden the guy is low on money and he's complaining to everyone. He can't make money as a clown. And he goes over to this bachelor party, he thinks.
He puts an ad in the paper.
He walks in and the hillbilly, who's the dad, and his 2 retarded sons, smack him over the head with a bottle.
Drag him in.
Rip his clothes off.
As soon as he gets to the door, they bonk him over the
Now
head.
he's this big, fat, naked guy in a clown mask.
Is he completely naked?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, except for fishnets.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
yeah, they put him in fishnets. Then the hillbilly dad picks him up. The guy's all drugged and out of it. His blood coming out of his head.
Oh.
And he dances with him, slow dances with him. While the two retarded brothers are screaming, hey, Dad said we'd get to be with the clown.
Good morning, Dr. Ruth.
All right.
How are you this morning?
I'm early. I want to hear the Big Short talk a little bit.
You want to hear him?
Yes.
Right this way. I'll lead you.
All right.
I'll lead you to where you can do that.
Okay.
You see, some people walk through here and they seem intimidated.
For very few people would I get up at the crack of dawn.
Only for Howard.
Only for Howard.
You know,
For no other man.
Many people, right this way, Dr. Ruth. Many people, they come in here and they seem intimidated or scared. You seem full of life and completely
Not scared.
unintimidated.
Certainly intimidated.
You'll go on the offensive this morning.
I bought him a keychain, Sex for Dummies. Here's Mark. Mark, come here. Here is the best playwright in the world.
Good morning, Mark.
Good morning.
How are you?
Who just wrote a play, Dr. Ruth, All the Way. I want to hear Howard say that. All the way. And we are going to get some coffee and give me something to nibble at.
Yes, he's going to send somebody else.
Thank you. Thank you. Mark, what would you like? Coffee?
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, this is Mark St. Germain,
Hi, brother.
the best playwright who wrote the play, Dr. Ruth, All the Way.
Dr. Ruth, what did you want? A croissant?
Yes.
Or a bagel? Or
A bagel with cream cheese would be wonderful.
bagel? And a drink?
I have already.
So just a bagel with cream cheese. A plain bagel?
Plain bagel.
No sesame seeds or poppy seeds?
No poppy seeds, no sesame.
Plain bagel with cream cheese.
Or if you have a croissant.
We'll get,
Whatever.
I think a bagel will be easier.
Bagel, whatever is easiest.
Yeah.
What would you like, Mark?
If there's a coffee around, but if not. Yeah, coffee's easy. And a coffee.
So I'll let you get settled, Dr. Ruth.
All right.
Have fun with Howard today.
Yeah, tell him that I brought him a keychain, Sex for Dummies.
I think he needs that.
I thought so. I thought so. זה רוצה קוראים לו סינפנדל.
כן, כן. אני חבר עם גרי, אין בעיה. Oh, you don't understand what we're saying? That's because it's Hebrew. That's the secret language me and Dr. Ruth share. We go way back. We're from the motherland.
I go every year.
Yeah, yeah.
I was there this year.
פעם אחרונה שהייתי, הייתי בן 12. אני מת לחזור. תודה, תודה. ההורים.
תני לשאול אם יש איזה כובע או משהו מהאוצר.
אני אשאל גרי. Gary, she wanted to know.
First of all, is the wine open?
No.
Will it be open?
No, we're not allowed to serve wine here, so we can talk about it.
That's okay. I'm speaking Hebrew.
Oh, sorry.
So we talk about it?
Yeah, you'll just talk about it.
Fine. Do you know if they have the red or which one?
I will find out.
And also,
Hey, Gary, just want to say good morning. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Good to see you here. I was looking for you.
Make sure that I sit on two.
I just put a second one in for you, and I have a third one, should you request it.
Wonderful.
It's all ready for you.
Oh, and one more thing.
Yes.
One glass of water next to me.
Can I give you a bottle of Poland Spring water? Is that
Yeah,
okay?
but just open it.
I will.
Thank you.
Our dear friend Dr. Ruth is out there. God, haven't heard from her in years. She's requested several pillows to sit on so that she won't look too short and she can look me in the eye. And she was out in the hallway. She speaks 4 different languages. So she was out in the hallway speaking fluent Hebrew to Shuli.
But
I would have liked to.
It was to Shuli.
I love to hear that. I am admiring of anybody who can speak other languages. I think it shows a high sign of intelligence.
Well, everybody in Europe does it. They're no smarter than we are. It's
She in
a
the
matter of
No,
where
she's
you are.
swallowing the last chew of her bagel.
Oh, bagel. Wow. She is very Jewish. You know what I mean? Swallow up, my dear. Hey, bring in Shuli. I want to hear them talk Hebrew. I find that fascinating. God, I forget just how short Dr. Ruth is. Hi, Dr. Ruth. How are you?
She does look fine.
What are you on? You're on mic 1, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Ruth, you want to sit on some pillows?
What a question. I immediately asked for pillows so I can look into your good-looking face.
You know, you look.
I haven't seen you. Hi, Robin.
How long has it been?
Too long.
You're 84 years old. You look terrific. You really do. And
Wait, first of all, say that again.
You're 84 years old and
Right?
you look terrific.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Dr.
You look
Ruth,
good, too.
Can I hear you
Hi,
speak
Robin.
Hebrew to Shuli? I would love to hear that. I am so admiring of people who can speak multiple languages.
אוקיי, שולי.
שולי?
בוא נדבר עליו, בוא נגיד עליו שהוא צריך להיות מאוד בסדר איתי, כי הייתי בהגנה. Now, you know what I said?
I want to hear, see if Shuli know what you said.
אני הבנתי מה שאמרת.
Okay.
You want me to translate now?
No. Just let me
You're
hear you
not
talk.
translated.
Let me hear you talk. Talk to Dr. Ruth. Ask her a question.
את אוהבת להיות פה חזרה בסדרה? לא היית פה
בטח, איזו
הרבה
שאלה.
שנים.
כמה זמן שהוא לא לקח אותי כאן.
Wow.
So first of all,
שנים הוא לא לקח אותה.
first of all, I said, how come I haven't been here for so many years?
That's your fault, not
Second.
mine. I would have had you on all the time. I mean, you...
Okay, next speak again.
stayed away.
Howard, Robin,
I thought I had offended you in some way.
you offending me?
I didn't
Never.
know. Let me
How
say
can
something to
offend
you in your native language.
Now answer.
Thank you very much. You speak 4 languages, right?
I speak German fluently. I speak French fluently. I speak Hebrew fluently. And I also speak a little bit of English.
Wow. That's
bad.
impressive.
Not bad.
When you, thanks, Shuli. And that was impressive, by the way. I never really...
By the way, she said to you that you better be nice to her because she was a sniper in the military, in the Israeli army.
You know, I am fascinated by that. I really am fascinated by that. That you were a... Thanks, Shuli. I was, thinking about your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're an upbeat person, but I do see your life as a very hard life and a very sad life.
Now, let me tell you something, Howard. Number one, there is a play about me which is coming to Off-Broadway. I'm going to invite you. It's called Dr. Ruth All the Way. I know you like that title.
You grew up in Israel?
The playwright is sitting right out here, Mark Saint-Germain. Now, here's what you and I will do. I'm going to answer a few of those questions. But as you now, look at the face on him.
Well,
Robin,
because you're
look
funny.
at the
You know
face.
what? You have an interesting psychological move.
Yeah.
When I start to talk to you about your life,
Yes.
you shy away and you take over the conversation.
But we know that already.
No, we don't know about it.
Robin, one time
You're
I told Howard.
uncomfortable.
One time I told Howard I came to plug a book.
Right.
Today I came to plug what?
A wine.
Okay, I wanted to hear you say that.
Right.
What is the wine called in French?
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
What?
Vin d'amour. Say it.
Why did
wine
you?
of love.
Why you've turned down endorsement deals before.
Yes.
Why did you choose a wine?
I tell you why.
Are you a drinker of wine?
Certainly not, but I tell you why.
You don't
Robin,
drink wine?
Why do you say certainly not? Why don't you
Listen.
drink wine?
Because if I would go out with you with permission of your wife, Beth,
Right.
maybe I would drink a glass of wine, of my wine, Vin d'amour. But let me tell you something. That, Robin, listen carefully.
Okay.
I'm telling people, everybody's stressed. Everybody goes home, and I tell them, a couple, I tell them to drink a little bit of wine, not too much, because now watch Howard's face. If you drink too much, you can't perform.
That's true. Oh,
See,
sexually.
that is true.
Oh, that is true.
And
You fall asleep.
Robin, if a
Yes.
woman drinks too much, she falls asleep. So,
Right.
Pierre,
Not too much.
Not too
Dr.
much.
Ruth,
So-
why would you make a wine that most wine is 13%
and
alcohol?
this is 6%.
6% alcohol.
Yes.
That could be a turnoff to the wine drinking public. In other words, people like to get high off their wine. You
Okay,
understand
I want
that.
to do something else.
All right.
I want you to drink the Dr. Ruth Vin d'amour,
Right.
which was the idea of Pierre, with whom I've been working for 30 years. First I said no, then I said it's a good idea. I want you to drink a little bit of that wine.
I will drink it.
And then I want you to make love to your wife. You know
no
that I'm
problem.
old-fashioned. I'm old-fashioned and a square. Then, if you can't fall asleep because you think about your radio program and you think about your
Right.
celebrity and
Then
all
what
of
do
the
I
other
do?
things, then you can drink the other wine.
Why
Let
do you-
her then go to sleep.
I see. But
First give her an orgasm, then she goes to sleep, then you can drink your wine.
all right. So now
Okay.
answer me about your life. Don't shy away because I'm kind of fascinated by you. But
When
it's very
you
hard
and
to
I-
break your persona.
I know.
You are a woman who,
Don't analyze me.
Okay, fair enough.
Everybody knows that But I'll
Is it too painful to talk about your life when you dwell
Howard,
on
if
it?
you shut up for one moment, then I'll talk.
You never let me. You haven't shut up, Dr. Ruth. All you've done is plug, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay if you plug.
Robin, help me, Robin.
But
now,
I'm trying to really delve into your life somewhat because I'm fascinated.
You know that, Howard. If you and I, with permission of your wife,
yes,
can go out for a drink, I'll drink the Van d'Amour, you drink whatever you like to drink. Maybe, because I do like you, you know that, maybe I would talk a little bit about my life.
Why not?
What is the big deal? But you come on a show.
I like to talk about sex.
Right. But you don't.
I like to talk about the wine.
You don't like talking about sex. Because I've asked you about your sex life in depth.
Oh, I would never answer you about my sex life.
That's what I mean. You're a very guarded woman.
You're right, but look what I'm doing. I'm doing films that are going on PBS. Brand new yesterday on the Czech.
Did you grow up in Israel?
I grew up. Now, I give you in a nutshell.
Okay.
I was born in 1928 in Frankfurt am Main.
Germany?
In Germany, and lived in the house of two loving parents and a grandmother. Then, I went to Jewish school.
Right.
Then in I was born 1928.
Yes.
And in 1939, as you know, there were black clouds on the horizon.
Right.
I was very fortunate. I was with a group of children who were sent to Switzerland. Other children were sent
without
to England.
Your parents.
Without my parents, without anybody.
So your father read the tea leaves, so to speak. He understood that the Germans the country was turning ugly, Hitler was coming to power, and they had to find a way to get you out of the country safely.
No. There was, I will tell you that in a nutshell. There was a conference in Evian, in France, that said, let's save German Jewry. The conference failed miserably. Nobody wanted to take the German Jews. My father already was taken to a labor camp, not concentration camp. Then he said, I was an only child.
Do you remember your father?
I remember him very well.
How old were you when you were separated?
10 and a half.
10 and a half.
Yeah. So I didn't want to leave because I was with a mother and a grandmother. My father wrote that he could come back to Frankfurt from the labor camp. There was no concentration camp yet.
Right.
If I would join that group to Switzerland. So I had no choice. Now,
did your father have a business in Germany?
He had a small business, not well going.
And one day they marched in and said, you are no longer going to live with your family. We're going to take you to a labor camp.
Right.
And they just ripped him out from his family and took him away from your house.
Okay, now.
You saw that.
Howard, I did see that. I give you one more minute. Be quiet.
Okay.
About that, I went to Switzerland. The children's home became an orphanage because all of the parents of those 100 children who were in the orphanage were killed in concentration camp. That's all I told about it.
Your mother was eventually taken out of the home as well.
And the grandmother, my father, came back to Frankfurt. They were all taken out.
And put in a concentration camp.
Now, that's all I know about it, and that's all I want to talk about it. Now,
because it's too painful to continue talking about. I'm almost in tears from it.
Pardon?
I said I'm almost in tears from it.
I like that. You should be in tears.
Well, I mean, it's an awful story for a little girl to lose her family like that.
Howard.
Were you told? I'm curious. Were you, if it's not too painful, were you told when you were living in Switzerland your parents had been wiped out?
No.
No one came to you and said that?
No.
Because back then they didn't believe in telling kids bad things.
No, they didn't know. Until towards the end of the war. Now let's talk about the Haganah.
So you lived in a fear of not knowing.
At the end of the war, how did you find out that your parents and your grandmother were gone?
Because lists came of people who survived, and lists came out of people who did not survive. Now let me talk about Israel.
How old were you when you... before you go to Israel, how old were you?
17 when I went to then Palestine. Now I tell you about the Haganah.
Wait, so you were living in Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
End of the war comes, you get this list, you find out your entire family is wiped out.
Did you have brothers and sisters?
No, I was an only child. Robin, if you both would listen, then you would
We're asking you a question, though.
One more question.
Okay.
And then I'll talk.
So the war is over. You see that your parents have been wiped out. Do you become bitter? I mean, do you say, I'm going to move to Israel and fight for this new cause?
Yes.
That was your motivation.
But my motivation was this is something terrible. I survived while 1 million, you know all that, 1.5 million children were killed.
Right.
I have to do something to make the world a better world. Jews need a country of their own.
Right.
And I went to then Palestine. Now I tell you about the Haganah. And I was a sniper. Be careful, Howard.
So you go to Israel.
Still do it.
1 second. You go to Israel.
Yeah.
You're
it wasn't Israel yet, Howard.
Right, it was Palestine.
Right.
You were 17 years old.
I go to kibbutz.
And were you shocked that they were willing to allow you to become a military person? Because
No,
back then,
I volunteered. What do you mean shocked?
Because back then women weren't chosen to be snipers.
No, in Palestine at the time they needed everybody. Even you would have been in the Israeli, then it became Israel, as you know, in May 48. Everybody was a member. Robin would have been a member. You would have been a member. It wasn't an act of heroism.
Did it pain you to leave Israel eventually because this is something you...
Wait, I went to study in Paris.
Right.
Fortunately for me, I went to the Sorbonne.
Right.
I always thought I'm going back to Israel.
Right.
Then I married Fred Westheimer, who actually, he passed away 14 years ago. He actually liked you.
Fred Westheimer.
Like you don't like Howard?
But Fred Westheimer and you got divorced, didn't you?
No. Don't you say something like that.
Why did you say that?
Weren't you married 3 times?
Yes, but Fred Westheimer was married almost 40 years.
Oh, and then he died.
And then he died.
I
so
see.
Fred actually liked you. He listened
doesn't
to you.
like you.
Robin, Fred Westheimer
Can you believe
did like
you
him.
married a guy who liked me?
Difficult to believe.
Is it true when you served in the Israeli army? You say that you never had
I was badly wounded. I will tell you that. I was badly wounded. That's not why I'm short. You said I'm 4'8".
Yes.
Not true, 4'7".
I didn't know that.
And I'm not shrinking. Because if I shrink,
You'll
I will
disappear.
need 5 pillows.
But Dr. Ruth, in all seriousness, you had a horrible thing happen to you in Israel. Your foot was blown off.
Yes.
Half of your foot.
You did your homework.
No, I know about
now
you.
Let's
was the
talk
injury?
toe, and I can dance when I find.
What was blown off? Just your toe?
No, the top of the foot. Howard.
Wow. Let me see it.
Over my dead body.
Why? Are you embarrassed?
I told you, you asked your wife, I will go for dinner with you. I told
And
you
she'll
that
take off her
already
shoe.
10 years ago.
Dr. Ruth,
You
as a
never
woman,
took me up on
listen,
it.
a woman's appearance is very important. You know, when you're a young lady and you
What
want
do I look like? Here,
you
look, I'm standing up.
No, you look great. Oh, you're standing now? Doc, you know I'm
I
taller
did
than
that
you.
purposely. I knew that you would say that.
Did your height bother you when you were younger?
When I was 18, 19, I thought nobody would marry me. I know better. I was married, I told you, with Fred Westheimer.
3
almost
times
40.
you were married, yeah.
2 times before, some wonderful love affairs that I legalized.
So men were attracted to you despite your short stature.
Yes, I think they were attracted to my talking, and I did not talk about sex.
Did people think you were a little person? Did they ever mistake you for a little person?
Like a little person, like
a midget type?
No, only Howard Stern.
No.
Robin.
So you're a young woman. When half of your foot is, you claim that you never, as a sniper, killed someone.
That's true.
Do you say that because a lot of soldiers who have seen action?
I heard you say that. No, I really didn't, and I want to tell you something, Howard. Listen carefully.
Right.
I was in the Haganah, in the underground. Then that became the Israel Defense Forces.
Right.
And I was there for a very short period of time.
Right. How many years did you serve?
I was there for 2 months.
Oh.
Because Israel was declared in May.
Right.
We were all very well trained. I know how to throw hand grenades. Be careful with me.
Do you really?
Yes, I do. And
do you own guns now?
God forbid.
Why do you say God forbid?
Because I don't think anybody should have a gun, except if you are in the military. Listen.
How long does it take to learn to shoot a gun on a sniper level?
Very fast. I for some reason was very talented in it.
Is that
I think I don't know why.
In other words, from how many feet away?
I here, I could shoot over there, but I'm not going to shoot.
And you could take out a guy, and in practice drills, you would practice on targets.
I would have to say, bend down, because you are too tall to shoot.
As a sniper, do you think Kennedy was killed by one person?
I do not know.
Do you ever look at that kind of thing as a sniper? You must be kind of interested in it.
No, not really. Look,
were you in firefights? Did you actually?
No, I was just wounded at the residence of young girls who
They lit off a bomb?
on my birthday, on my 20th birthday.
They lit off a bomb?
Yeah, a cannonball exploded in the lobby of that residence of young women. Some people died next to me.
Friends of yours?
I knew them.
Wow.
And,
wow.
And I was badly wounded, so that was the end of my military
When you wake
career.
up, did you pass out when the cannonball hit?
No.
Is it shocking or
no,
are you in
I
pain?
just asked a friend. It wasn't pain. I asked a friend, "Do I have to die?" That's all. Now listen.
Well, hold, stop! Don't blow by that. That's heavy.
Let's go back.
You weren't unconscious. You stayed conscious through the attack.
Yes.
You look down. Your foot probably hurt. You look down and you see half your foot missing.
No, I just saw blood.
Did you freak out? Did you cry?
No, I just thought maybe I did ask somebody, "Do I have to die?" So,
wow.
Can we talk about the wine, please?
Isn't that an we will. But isn't that an interesting question? Do I have to die?
Right.
Because you've seen so much death, it's almost like you have a choice.
Now, Howard, we want to talk about two things. One is the wine, and the other thing is...
You don't think we're going to get... We're talking about the Holocaust and your foot getting blown off, and all you can think about is that dumb wine.
I came here
Stop
because
it.
I have to plug the
yes,
wine.
We're going to get to it.
Them.
But you see, you're talking about something so difficult, something so personal. To jump to wine almost seems like the best defense mechanism in the world. That I'm getting to something real in Dr. Ruth's life.
Yes.
And then suddenly you go to the wine.
So you did already. I gave you whatever I wanted to give you.
No, but I want to know when your
but
foot
you can't transition so quickly.
The other night, I was complaining about a hangnail forever. You would think I was the biggest baby. I mean, you had half your...
Men are complaining more than women.
But did you think it was the end of your dating world then? Not only are you short, but like half my foot's missing. Were you embarrassed when you went out with Fred Westheimer and when he saw it for the first time?
No, because by that time it was healed. You know... Because you do your homework that I did. I was a super good skier.
But is it difficult to learn how to walk after half your foot is blown off?
It takes a little while. It takes some determination.
Were the bones affected, or was it just a surface kind of thing?
Just the surface.
What do you mean just the surface? Half your foot's gone, no?
Can we talk about the wine?
She said the top.
Oh, just the top of half your foot.
Just the top.
Stop with the wine. We're going to
I just want to see the wine. Can you see it?
What do you mean see the wine? How do I have the wine? I don't have it.
They told me that you're having the Vandamour. One is a Zinfandel, a rosé.
What do you think? You're going to make $1 million with this wine? You're on fire with this wine. Vindamore. Here.
No, you have to say it better.
Vindamore.
Robin says it better than you. Robin, say it again.
Vindamore.
What do you think your parents would think if they knew you lived in America? Yeah. Not only are you a celebrity, but you've had a great career, that you have your own wine, Vindamore. I mean, what do you think your mother and father would you ever?
No, they would not believe it because they wouldn't believe that I would go on a program with Howard Stern. They wouldn't believe that I talk about orgasms and erections.
But isn't it amazing? Do you dream of them when you were? Do you ever?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No. But there was a time you did, right?
But I think of them every day. Now I have to tell you something. You know who
Tough life.
Wait. Do you know who Nate Berkoff is?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Nate Berkus.
Nate Berkus?
Not Berkus, Berkoff.
No, she said Berkoff, but I think she means Nate Berkus.
Berkus, you're right.
Oh, Berkus.
Hey, did you go to did you go to Arnold Schwarzenegger's book party yesterday?
I certainly did.
What do you make as a trained person?
Oh, now he's coming with.
No, we got to ask this, Dr. Ruth, because you're an expert.
I tell you what.
Go ahead.
Only in America can somebody like Arnold Schwarzenegger from a little village in Austria rise to that stardom, be the governor of the greatest state
California
in the country, and he gave an excellent talk yesterday. And the main thing that is of importance to me is that he said only in America.
Do you think he's a sociopath?
Pardon?
Do you think he's a sociopath?
I'm not a psychiatrist, and I don't give labels.
Do you think he's a narcissist?
But what do you think of that whole thing with Maria?
I don't comment on that because I'm not an investigative journalist.
But isn't that a sexual sort of thing? Like, can I be honest for a second? And I'm not doing this to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
When we
I don't believe you.
I'm telling you, when we saw the pictures of the maid that he had sex with.
Hold
it. Listen to me.
Yeah. How did you know that I was there last night?
I have my sources. I follow you around.
Oh my gosh!
I have the.
You follow me around day and night,
Day and night.
We know everything.
Do you know that I'm out every night? It's wonderful. If you have,
why? Are you afraid to be alone?
No. If you have,
is it hard for you to be alone?
No. I want to talk about Nate, but I want to tell you something.
I want to talk about your life.
So I tell you one thing. If somebody like me has to be a widow, I don't wish it on anybody.
Are you lonely?
New York, of course. New York is the best place in the world. I'm out every night.
May I ask you, since you're interested in sex, do you masturbate still?
Forget masturbation. Does she have sex partners?
Yeah, because women, you are a big advocate of the elderly, the older population. In fact, you teach courses in this. You're teaching a course now.
And I'm now going to. I taught at Yale and at Princeton for 6 years.
Does it aggravate you that
at Columbia Teachers College?
Does it aggravate you that is it aggravating to you that people think that a woman 84 doesn't have sexual desire? Is it aggravate you
I'm telling them that they are wrong.
You do have sexual desire.
Yeah, but I don't talk about your or my sex life. Robin,
Let's
I don't
talk about it.
talk about no.
What do you use? Do you use a vibrator or a banana? What do you use?
A banana.
I talk about it.
Imagine Dr. Ruth with a banana. Good Lord. No, I knew you were at the Arnold Schwarzenegger party because you tweeted it.
I said, that's why you knew it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you write your own tweets?
Something and then say, how do you know it?
I don't think you do write your own tweets.
You're right. I talk and Pierre writes it.
Right.
Pierre is the same guy who is my Minister of Communications.
Right.
Who said I should do the wine. I said no. Then I said yes.
You have advisors.
I have here Marc Saint-Germain. I first said not to write a play about me. Now it's the biggest success up in the Berkshires in Pittsfield.
Oh, wonderful.
I tell you who's playing me, Robin. She's about your size. Her name is Deborah Jo Rapp.
Never heard of her.
Yes, you did, because she plays the mother on the 70s show. She's fabulous. She learned my accent.
Does Pierre ever pleasure you, or is that your partner?
No, Pierre has a wife.
Oh, he does. All right.
Pierre is Catholic, and he has a wife. And he has 2 children.
You would never date a Catholic man?
And he has not a married one.
Would you date a man who wasn't Jewish?
Of course, but not a married one.
Would you marry a non-Jew?
I don't
honest.
know. I don't know.
You wouldn't, because you
Probably not. I'm very Jewish.
Right.
Probably
Are you?
Not.
You keep a kosher house?
I don't keep a kosher house, but I know all about it. I belong to 2 synagogues.
Did you go to temple on Yom Kippur?
I certainly did.
Did you fast?
I certainly did. Did you?
Do you ever? No.
Did you?
No. I'm not religious.
Come?
I'm not religious.
So you didn't go to synagogue?
No. Let's
talk about
when you go to
for
temple,
1 moment.
but 1 second. When you go to temple, do you ever, I don't want to say curse out God, but do you ever say, God, why did you do this to my family?
No, because
why did you allow
no answer. Now, Howard.
What do you mean there's no answer?
God doesn't answer.
There's no answer.
Do you believe there's a guy up in the sky who listens to you?
Yes.
You really do?
Yes.
He lives up in the
told
sky?
me.
Why does he have to be in the sky?
What did he tell you?
He told me to go on Howard Stern. He said Howard will be very
No, but
nice.
isn't it hard to
He'll
believe?
plug your wine.
Isn't it hard to believe in God when God?
It's a good
has
question.
forsaken
I don't
you?
have an answer. Howard, let's talk for
Why
one
are you
moment
so
about
uncomfortable about this? You're so uncomfortable. I mean, I understand why you're uncomfortable, but have you ever seen a psychiatrist?
Did I ever see a psychiatrist?
Have you ever got?
God forbid.
Why?
Why do you not want to do that?
I go 3 and 4 days a week.
How can you do that if you are here at 5 o'clock in the morning?
I make a point of it because it's important to me. I need to get help.
I don't believe that, Robin. Robin,
Dr.
is that
Ruth.
He's telling the truth.
Why,
He's telling the truth.
You know that you listen. Even in my
there must
short
be some things.
even in my short
one
second, even in my short conversation with you right now, I see tremendous avoidance, and I understand it. It's your defense mechanism. It's the way you get through the day.
So go on to another topic.
But don't you think when you go to temple, you could be Don't you think this
you just
anger?
asked me, and
You've
I
never
said
dealt
no.
with your anger.
No.
Are you angry?
If we have dinner together, I might tell you about that.
How do you feel about what's going on in Israel now? It seems like the world has turned its back on Israel. Does that pain you?
I go to Israel every single year, and I do give lectures, and I go to the president's conference, and I'm very worried about Israel. There's no question. Period. I'm not a politician. And I don't discuss politics.
Do you think the world has really changed since your parents were wiped out? It seems like the same characters are up to the same bullshit where they want to wipe out the Jews.
That's
right?
One guy. Look what he did. I was at a big event at the Waldorf Astoria, and the the president of Canada got an award, and look how he stands up to some of those bad guys, and that's what we need more. We need more people.
Do you think Obama's doing enough? Do you think he's turned his back on Israel?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Will you vote for Romney or Obama?
I'm voting, but I don't deal in politics.
I think you're voting for Obama.
Anybody, look at the face.
Who are you voting for?
Robin.
Endorse someone right now. Why you're not afraid to stand up for anything? You won't say who you're voting for?
I'm a Democrat, but I don't participate in any political rally.
Right.
Because somebody who talks about sex from morning till night and writes books and goes on Howard Stern.
But if you had a chance to meet with the President of the United States, wouldn't you say to him, Mr. President, with all due respect, I'm a woman who had gone through hell. My parents died in the Holocaust. I went to Israel. I fought for the country. I think you should meet with the President of Israel. I think that you should do more for Israel.
I wouldn't interfere in politics, but I would say that I'm very concerned. That's true.
That's it.
That's it.
That's what you would say.
But I am not doing anything in politics. Can we talk one moment about
Do you think Israel will have to blow up Iran and will have to stop their nuclear reactors?
I can't tell you
What would you tell them to do?
I'm worried.
You are worried?
Yes.
Do you think Israel should attack Iran?
Are you worried about it?
Yes.
And?
Are you worried?
I think Israel's alone in the world.
Robin?
I think that somebody's asking for a nuking. That's what I think.
Right.
I think there are people in the
Would
world
you be
right now
against the
asking
nuking of... Robin brings it up. Are you against the nuking of Iran?
I can't say that.
Would you want to see Iran nuked?
No, I would like this. I would like this man to come to his senses.
He's not coming to his senses. They hate Israel. They hate the Jews.
And I would
what do you
like
want
the
to do?
United Nations not to give him a platform. That much I can tell you.
Well, they got to give everybody one.
Because I believed in 48. I believe that the United Nations is going to take care that there will never be another war. That much I tell you.
So you're for the United Nations?
Right. Can I finish my thought about nations?
Does it bother you that the Republicans want to take away contraception and help for contraception?
Yes.
It does, right? Because what is it? You know, people make fun of me, Dr. Ruth. When I have sex with my wife, I don't want to have more children. She doesn't want to have children. I use a condom. And people think, I can't tell you how many people walk in here and go, you use condoms?
With your wife.
With your
That's
wife?
What they say.
And I'm like, well, what are you supposed to do? I mean, I don't want her to be on the pill. I don't think the pill is good for a woman. You agree?
I think that's very responsible of you.
Right.
Listen carefully.
Yes.
I applaud you.
Thank you.
Anybody who doesn't want to have more children, and if there's no other contraceptive that they would like to use, should use a condom.
Doesn't bother me.
And I'm telling you something else.
Go ahead.
For you. Robin, listen.
Okay.
Howard, a man, I'm not saying you necessarily, because I'm so careful. A man should actually place the condom. The woman should place the condom on his erect penis as part of foreplay.
It should be part of the lovemaking.
Part of lovemaking.
Why do you say that? Because
it's pleasurable, and they're both responsible for not wanting to have another child.
Right.
I applaud you for that.
Because everybody makes fun of me for that.
Does Beth place the condom?
They make fun.
No, I whip the thing on because I want to just get it on me. You know what I'm saying? Do you think you were never against anal sex if both couples enjoy it, right?
That's true.
Right. Anal sex, okay.
If they both like it.
This came up on our show recently, sex topic. Ronnie, the limo driver who works here,
Why'd you give his name?
Well, because we talked about it.
He already said this.
He already said this. He talks about, and this is crazy, he enjoys when a woman puts her tongue in his behind, and he does the same to a woman as part of foreplay. I feel it's... gross, in a sense. I mean,
it's none of your business. If they both like it.
Is it dangerous though? E. coli back there, right?
I don't. If they're both clean, they're fine.
Really, rimming is okay.
Whatever, if they both like it, not against her wishes.
No. He's not raping them.
You know what it says in the tradition?
I don't think.
In the Jewish tradition, it says, listen.
Go ahead.
A man can do with his wife as he pleases, but not against her wishes. See, the sages were very smart. I did a book on that called Heavenly Sexuality in the Jewish Tradition. Anything that two consenting adults do, I have no problem.
Right.
I just have a problem if it is if you insist of doing something
that she doesn't want to do. Right.
So you do understand.
No, I understand. And it's funny, I watched Arnold Schwarzenegger on 60 Minutes. Did you watch the interview?
No.
My mother even
Not yet.
Everyone is talking about it. My mother called me up. She goes, "Can you believe Arnold Schwarzenegger?" He came off poorly because when he was saying this is the worst thing he could have done to his family, he was smiling, almost as if it didn't look so bad.
Howard, look.
And by the way, isn't it amazing?
Only in
The
America.
the son of a Nazi and a woman whose parents were killed in the Holocaust can be friends here in America.
You were at his book party.
Okay, and I was at his book party because he's not responsible.
No, I understand. I'm just
for
saying. It
the
shows
sins
you.
of his fathers.
That's right.
But I tell you something, that he spoke eloquently.
I like the guy.
As long as you're not married to him, he's probably a great guy.
Right. Why weren't you there with me?
I don't go anywhere. You go to that stuff.
I go to everything.
I don't know. I mean, I just would feel awkward. Like, what did you do? Like, you stand around while he's signing books?
No,
and look at the two of them together.
Yeah. That must have been funny.
Look, next time I go to any of those parties, I call you and you come with me.
I don't know.
But you can't go to parties because you have to be here at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I have no life. Dr. Ruth's wine is called Vindamour.
Vandamour.
Vandamour. It is in stores now. You can go to chateaud.com. Chateaud.com.
Chateau Diane.
And check out Dr. Ruth at drruth.com and on Twitter at askdrruth.com. The Twitter is an amazing thing, right? It allows you access.
60,000 people now. I want you to give me some of your people, too.
Okay. Well, I'm sure they'll all sign up. What do you do? But do you give advice? Do you give sex advice?
I do some sex advice. I talk, and Pierre puts it on the Twitter.
You know, I'm not saying this to be funny, but Robin said...
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Dr. Ruth had died. Like, you've kind of disappeared from the scene.
Why? I have never disappeared.
Now you have. You used to be on TV more.
I was
just used to be everywhere.
What do you think? Talk about TV doctors for a second.
I'm teaching at 2 universities. I'm teaching now at Columbia.
You used to be on the talk shows all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
I go on the doctor's show. I was on the Today Show. I'm going to be on Joy Behar next week.
Okay.
Why do you say that I died?
I don't. But it used to be more.
That really makes me.
You were more part of the public discourse. You know what I'm saying? And what do you think of this guy? Like for example, Dr. Phil. I have a beef with him, and
I've no beef with him.
But he presents himself that he's a psychologist. He doesn't even have a degree in psychology.
No, but everybody listens to him.
But what about Dr. Drew? Do you think doctors should be on TV treating drug addicts? Dr. Drew.
I don't think that you can actually. On a serious note, are you listening seriously?
Yes.
You cannot do sex therapy on the air.
Right.
And you can't do any other therapy on the air.
I agree.
All you can do is to give good advice and at the same time be entertaining like you are, Howard.
So you're coming out against Dr. Drew. This is very controversial. I can't believe you just came out against Dr. Drew.
I'm so glad you did that.
Robin, I need to plug one more thing.
Are you a multimillionaire? Are you very well set financially for life? I mean, no one has to worry about Dr. Drew.
If you need money, I can pay for 3 meals at the McDonald's for you.
No, but
for Robin.
Would you say you made a lot of money in the business? Did you think that
more than I ever dreamed? And I had Nate do my apartment, and now he's coming out with a book. And I did a chapter in the book on people who collect.
What I heard is you have an incredibly.
Howard, will you come?
This strikes me as very strange. You seem like such a together woman, and yet your apartment was gross. I mean, it was
not really gross. It was stuffed with stuff.
Are you a hoarder? Are you a hoarder?
I'm not really a hoarder, but I collect turtles. Do you know why?
Why?
Because a turtle, if it is sitting here on your desk, it's safe. Nothing can happen. It carries its house on its back. If that turtle wants to move, it has to take a risk, like you did your whole life with your radio program. It has to stick its neck out. It could get hurt, but it doesn't move unless it takes a risk. So I have a lot of little turtles.
The turtle inspires you.
Yes.
You don't have real live turtles. They're
God forbid.
Right. They're just. You don't want to take. Do you take care of anything? Do you have any pets?
No, never.
Why never children? Do you have children?
I have the best
Oh, you do?
How come you don't know
you
that I have
hide
a
them
son?
away.
Children?
I have a son and a daughter, and I have 4 gorgeous grandchildren.
Where is your son now?
My son is a professor at the University of Ottawa. His wife is a professor at the University of Carleton.
Because everyone...
My daughter is a doctor in education. My son-in-law has an MBA. 4 grandchildren. Howard, seriously?
Were you a fearful woman raising them? When you raised your children, were you afraid to even send... I mean, you're a woman who has seen monstrous things in the world. Were you afraid to send them out the door when they were children?
No.
You were not?
No, but I was always... I was a very good Jewish mother. I was a little... always worried, but not afraid.
You didn't put your fears into them?
No.
Because you have to be a fearful woman. You have to be afraid of what's out there. You must have woken up every morning and said, I hope my children don't die, that they don't... I mean, you must have been filled... No. Did you tell them about the Holocaust? Did you tell them what happened?
They know.
What age did you tell them?
They knew when they started to know how come they don't have a grandmother.
I see.
On a serious note.
But isn't that a tough thing, whether you should tell them or not? Because it makes the world a scary place for them. It's almost like telling them a nightmare story.
You have to know a little bit of going without scaring, but telling the truth. My children didn't have grandparents until I married Fred, who had parents. They didn't have grandparents on my side. That's true. Also because I was an only child, they didn't have uncles and aunts on my side. Fred was an only son.
You must have been.
So they didn't have.
You must have been a crackerjack in bed with how you feel about sex and pleasing a man. I mean, you must have been one fun broad in bed, right? I mean,
Robin,
really.
what should I answer to him? The answer is yes.
It is.
Okay, are you happy now?
Anything. Fred wanted a blowjob. You were right there on the spot, right?
Can I go now?
Did you ever tell Fred, listen, no blowjob? Did you ever punish him with sex by saying no?
You wouldn't do that.
No, I would never do that.
When you were at the height of your sexuality with Fred, was a strap-on off limits?
Howard, I want Robin to say.
All right.
Robin,
listen, Dr. Ruth Moore.
I want to make sure you'll plug the wine.
All right, Vandermoor.
Robin, I want to make sure that you tell people that I did not die.
Yeah. Dr. Ruth is alive.
You are very much alive.
Okay.
Do you worry about death? Seriously, you're now an older woman. You're 84 years old.
I'm not worried.
Do you ever sit and go,
worry.
I probably have another year or two left?
No, I have friends who are 101. I'm going to be 101.
But even if you're 100...
I'll be on your program.
You will do it.
On my 100th birthday, I'm coming. Say Vandermoor.
Vandermoor. When you're 100 years old, will you push for plugs as hard, do you think, or will you be out of energy?
No, I will push as hard.
Do you still exercise? Every day?
My mouth.
Yeah,
That's
I see. All right. Let me tell you.
What about Nate Berkus? What was that all about?
Okay, he came and he did my whole apartment.
Right.
And in 3 days, my apartment in Washington Heights, overlooking the Hudson and the George Washington Bridge, looks like an apartment on 5th Avenue.
You love it.
And I love it. And I'm staying there
forever. He's a talented decorator.
And he is a superb, talented decorator. And he's a very smart, wonderful friend.
Sounds like you got a free apartment job for the plug. Yeah.
And not only that, I have a new best friend.
I
want you to come with me to his book party because there's a chapter on me.
Oh, Nate Berkus.
Oh, Robin, you and Howard will come to the book
Leon's
party.
on the phone. He wants to speak French to you to see if you really know French. Leon? Go ahead, Leon, real quick. Speak French to Dr. Ruth.
Well, I had to take myself, so I had to get by the best way I can.
Answer him in French, if you don't mind.
Je n'ai pas compris qu'est-ce qu'il a dit.
And say
Il faut le dire encore une fois, et peut-être vous allez me chanter une chanson en français.
Leon, answer her.
I'm going to make my wife quite cool.
All right, very nice, very good. His French is good, is it not? What do you think?
I said to him, sing me a song in French.
Leon, answer Dr. Ruth, please.
Be my own sister.
All right, impressive. Our audience is bilingual. Very nice.
Tell you everybody to drink the wine.
Everyone drink Vandermoor.
Now you said it nicely. Robin.
For more information, go to chateaud.com.
Chateau Diane.
Why are you saying D and it's Diane?
chateaud.com.
Maybe. Okay.
All right, okay. And check out Dr. Ruth at drruth.com and on Twitter at Ask Dr. Ruth. Great seeing you. I'm glad you are alive.
Don't wait another year to get me back.
All right, Dr. Ruth. Thank you. We'll be back
You're the only man that I'm willing to get up at 6 in the morning to be on your program.
You're turned on by me.
The only man in the world.
You're attracted to me. That's why.
Okay, we'll have dinner. With permission of your wife. Bye, Robin.
You think my wife will be jealous if I go out with you?
No.
Who knows what
she's going to take you for a ride.
I'm going to pay.
You're going to pay?
Yes. I'll take you for dinner.
Yeah.
Written permission of Beth.
Nobody ever pays for me. I would take you up on that. I would like that.
Okay.
All right. Except Robin pays sometimes. All right, Dr. Ruth, great seeing you.
Thank you.
And we'll go to dinner sometime.
Did you all hear that?
And you will give me a hand job, because you have said in your books a hand job is not cheating. Am I correct?
That's not true.
No, hand job is cheating?
Absolutely. Goodbye.
What? All right, Dr. Ruth, everybody. We'll be back right after these words. Listen to this. It's good seeing you.
You can't say that we are boring.
No.
Come here.
No, not at
Come here. I
all.
want to give you a kiss. Hi there.
It's good to see you.
Thank you.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, call me again.
I'm too tall for you. Good to see you.
I want that picture.
You guys want to do a picture together?
I want a picture. Wait. Give me the hand.
I should
I
get
want
on
a
my
picture.
knees, don't you think?
No, this is
I want a
fire.
picture.
1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Awesome.
There you
Okay.
go.
Awesome. I want a
Dr. Ruth,
picture of
thank you
Twitter.
for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
Now,
good day.
Come with me 1 second. 1 second. Come.
Where are we going? I got to do a commercial.
Yeah, wait. Open the door fast.
Dr. Ruth, you walk faster than I do.
Mark, I want you to say hi.
Hey,
This
Mark.
is the playwright.
Hey, what's happening?
Mark's on the man.
Really great job. Hey, what's happening?
And
There
this
you
is
go.
David, the best tax attorney.
Oh, well, now, forget all of you. Now
And
listen
his
to me help.
office is in the building here.
All right, good.
His office is in the building. Did you see that I got a kiss?
I did.
Another
Kiss.
one.
We got a lot of
Go
kisses
down.
going on.
Okay.
Dr. Ruth, why do you get up in the morning for Howard? Why is he the only one? Why is he so special?
Because first of all, I usually don't let anybody call me before 9 in the morning because I'm out every night, someplace, opera or something else. And for him, because I actually get a pleasure of debating him, because I always come out on top. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's get down to brass tacks here.
Yeah. Let's get down to brass tacks.
All right, so who's here?
A very
Take your time.
I don't know how to put it. Icon in the radio business.
A very iconic person from the radio business.
Go fuck yourself, okay? Then you should have said that yourself.
Well,
Don't
I was
ask
waiting,
me,
man.
Don't ask me then.
You had a good 5-10 seconds of dead air there. I didn't know what to do. I panicked.
That's right.
Usually,
I wanted to see what you were going to do. And
You
what did you
usually
do?
carry us.
And what did you do? You did nothing.
Yeah, you've been carrying me on your shoulders for years.
The radio
I didn't
went
know what
off.
to do.
The show went off the air, and you did nothing. Okay?
I guess I got a little bit lazy.
Yeah. There you
I'm
go.
waiting for you to do all the
That's
talking.
because you know why you got lazy. Because you're relaxed if you just unloaded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm at least a few pounds
Yeah,
lighter
yeah,
right
I'll
now.
bet you did. Yeah, I'll bet you did on 37.
I'll show you the picture I took.
Everybody know he goes to the bathroom on 37.
Well, at least I don't go in the other bathroom like Tim.
Yeah, well, hey, that's another story.
Lesser of two
Anyway,
evils.
Carol Miller's here with a little bit of, sounds like she has bronchitis, so.
Oh, I'm going to keep my distance then.
Let's get her in here.
Carol Miller, good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
I'll tell you something. For somebody who's got freaking whooping cough, it's going great.
You've rallied.
Yes, I've rallied, and I'm here.
That must be extremely tough. Right this way.
Extremely tough. You know where I got it?
Where?
This place. There was whooping cough in the studio here, No, I work here, and I also work elsewhere. And so I came down with whooping cough really bad. It's going around again for crazy reasons. I don't have my whole voice. But what happened was I was then told that another studio, that it was diagonally over there, that somebody over there had it, came down with it, wiped out the studio, and they didn't tell anybody. Should I tell you who they are?
I'll let them be innocent. Wait, no, you tell me. Tell me who it is, actually. I want to know.
Okay, Opie and Anthony.
Figures.
Yes. And I'm serious because, you can't medically prove where you got something, but logic can dictate. Because if you never ran into whooping cough and you went into a studio, I was in their studio to get something, and then you get it, where'd you get it?
Exactly.
So there. So, I love Howard and Robin and everybody, and wish I could talk better today, but I don't care.
Yeah, I'll let you save your voice for the studio with Howard and Robin and the gang.
They can make fun of me, I don't care.
All right, Carol, good to have you here.
Thank you.
I warn you in advance that she sounds terrible.
Why?
She's got like a throat. She's got a weird throaty, sicky thing going on.
Is she sick?
She says she's not. She said she was, and she's over.
She canceled 2 weeks ago because she was sick, and I think she's still dealing.
She said
with
she said she's not sick anymore, but she still has but she sounds sick. I'm just warning you.
So is it distracting to talk to her? Will it sound bad?
A little bit, a tiny bit. It's hard to explain to the audience that she's a chick with a hot voice because that hot voice is not there. That's her tool.
Hey now. Hey, here, fellow radio person, Carol Miller is here. She works at Sirius, and she's still on Q104, I think, in New York. And she's had a spectacular radio career, and I love talking radio. She wrote a book called Up All Night, My Life and Times in Rock Radio. And what a charmed career. Ah, there you are. Hi.
A charmed career, you thought.
Oh, a charmed career, if ever there was one, and I'll tell you why. How are you?
Outside of whooping cough.
Oh, you have whooping cough?
No, wait, but yes.
Do me a favor. Don't be in here. I can't get that.
You can't because I'm not contagious anymore. But I swear.
Go sit in that booth. I swear to God.
Don't worry about it. I'm begging you. Don't worry about it.
You're begging me. I'm scared. I'm so afraid of germs.
I know. So am
I.
You
have whooping cough?
Let me tell you something. You know whose fault it is?
I feel like I'm getting it already.
Wait, let me put this in.
Don't come near me.
No, don't worry about it.
Please, I don't want to get sick.
You're not going to get it.
All right, sit back far on the couch.
All right, here.
And you sound like you have whooping cough.
Yeah, I know I don't sound right, but you know something? You can make fun of me. I don't care. I'm here.
No, I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm
I
a
love
fan.
you. I wanted to come.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you wanted to come. Should have waited a few more weeks until you felt better.
You know something? You could just postpone enough. People go, who cares,
Wow, I'm so paranoid of germs. I've got
you and Jerry Seinfeld, forget about it.
Jerry Seinfeld, never mind Jerry Seinfeld. I've got such a bad case. Like I can't touch things. I'm like completely
Look, I got
whacked.
gloves on. You're not getting it.
All right, thank you.
Look,
get Carol a surgical mask.
No.
Or you. I don't know. Somebody needs a mask.
No, because I have so much I want to talk to you about.
There's plenty to talk about.
Yeah. Your voice going to be all right?
I don't care. If you can listen to it, I'll listen to it.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know if the fans will, but I will. So you're still on Q104?
Yes.
Now, have you been able to work with whooping cough?
I was off for the last week and a half.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, but you know whose fault it is?
Whose?
Jenny McCarthy.
Why?
Because there's all these women who have these cockamamie ideas that children shouldn't get vaccines. And no, I use her name in jest because she's one of them, but they are saying now that they don't want the children to have vaccines. So therefore, a lot of, illnesses that were banished in the 20th century.
But whooping cough, I'm going to get it now.
You're not getting it.
Robin, I'm coming to your apartment.
No, you're not.
No, I want to be out of the studio.
You're not getting it.
I'm not?
Way beyond.
Why do you think I'm not getting it?
Because after 5 days of antibiotics, which I've been on for like 2 weeks,
right?
You're not contagious.
All right.
And I didn't kiss you.
All right, don't kiss me. I would like to kiss you, but I'm not going to. So the reason I said you had a charmed career, Carol was one of these DJs I used to listen to, especially when I was younger. And really, I would imagine the other DJs at your radio stations were jealous of you because rock stars and anybody who came and visited, they'd put you in videos. You were in Ian Hunter's video. you were, which is one of the all-time great videos. What was the song that that was?
Only the Good Ones Are Taken.
Only the Good Ones Are Taken. Carol was so hot that Ian Hunter looked at her, put her in the video, and I can imagine that every DJ on the radio station was jealous because you were getting these outside opportunities. True?
Well, you know, I never took it really that seriously. I think the guys were always kind of like more jealous about their careers. I thought it was funny.
Right. Well, you know,
Yeah.
I just think that for a guy at a radio station, it's tough when the woman gets a... I remember the WNEW calendar. They'd do a calendar every year of all the DJs, and guys would be like just wanting to see Carol Miller's pictures in the calendar.
And you know what? Those crazy calendars, they always wanted people to dress up like somebody else. And I said, that's nuts.
Right.
I don't want to wear a clown hat. I don't do that.
Right, yeah. But I just know that it was a charmed career in that you were you like a valedictorian of your high school?
Yeah, salutatorian.
Yeah, salutatorian, the second to the valedictorian.
Yeah, they left off the .03 on my extra AP credit.
So you're this brilliant girl. Your father was what, a doctor?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. And you were going to college. You were being groomed to be a doctor or a lawyer.
Doctor, and I became a lawyer actually.
Did you actually get a law degree?
Yes.
Did you pass the bar?
I did everything I did, and I stayed in radio.
So when your father heard you wanted to go into radio, he was completely freaked out and pissed, right?
Well, he was beyond that. My father, you see, I know enough about you from your family and listening to your wonderful family,
right,
that your father never really thought you were a moron. He loved you. My father thought I was a moron.
No, my father thought I was a moron.
No, my father, you're a moron, and I'll write off the last 20 years you're a moron.
Yeah, but you weren't a moron. I mean, you were really good in school and stuff, and so the idea that you were, you know, gonna
horrible.
What school? What college did you go to?
University of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I mean, so that's like about as Ivy League as you get. University of Pennsylvania. You're this brilliant a daughter of a doctor. It looks like you're on track to really have this great life.
Yep.
Why? You don't seem like somebody who was in love with radio. Why did you even go down and volunteer? You know what I mean? I mean, in your history as a kid growing up, were you enamored with the radio?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you were?
See, no, I don't blame you if you didn't read my book.
No, I haven't read it yet. I'll read it.
It's a lot to read, but it's funny. I always loved radio from the get-go. And it was a very, very important part of my life. And I always found that there was an invisible party in my room called Radioland.
Right.
And as a kid, you know, I was DXing and listening to all my invisible friends come home from school, and Murray the K and Cousin Brucey, they'd all be there just at the flick of a switch.
Was life easy for you as a kid? I mean, being this beautiful and, I mean, you know, you could have gone into modeling, I'm pretty sure. You were that hot, right?
Well, not in those days, I'll tell you. So I did a little modeling when I was a teenager.
So you must have been the charmed kid at school, right?
No. You know, those days, it wasn't that easy for us Jews. I'm really darker, you know, when they gave you a lot of trouble.
Were you a popular kid in school?
I was popular as being the smart kid.
Were guys banging you at a young age?
I didn't know what banging was.
Oh, you were very naive sexually.
Well, if you read the book, you'll see I'm from such a background that makes it funny that I didn't know from anything.
Right. And so you weren't going out with guys, and guys weren't hitting on you?
Well, they were hitting on me, but I was going, I don't do that. I can't do that.
You were a good girl.
I came from an Orthodox background.
When did you start having sex? In college?
Under pressure, yes, in college.
What do you mean pressure? Some guy talked you into it and you weren't really ready?
No, the women's lib movement came and dragged me kicking and screaming.
You mean you felt you had to have sex because of the
Yes.
But the women's lib movement would have been just the opposite, saying you don't have to be pressured into having sex.
No, women's lib movement was a hoax.
It was?
Yeah.
Why was it a hoax?
But the whole deal, Howard, was that women weren't supposed to have sex, and so being liberated meant having sex.
See, the women's lib movement, and hi, Robin, I think it was cooked up by guys to make women think that it was their idea to do this.
Right, right.
Because that way they had a reason, they had an intellectual reason to do this.
So how do you get into radio? You go down to the college radio station, you start to volunteer like I did, right?
Yeah.
And you start to, and you're really good at it. I mean, you had a very natural delivery. You weren't sort of struggling to be on the radio. It was kind of easy.
Well, the thing was this, you know, even though I sound like a frog right now.
Right.
I could do Joan Rivers really good right now.
I know, in a week I'm going to be sounding like this.
Yeah. No, don't worry.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Keep telling me that. Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
No, you know, it was the whole start of the FM thing.
Yeah.
And I did not really make a connection between, Top 40 AM and the new direction of FM. And this was a whole new world that was kind of opening up. And so I didn't really have a role model. The only woman that I had heard on the air, of course, here in New York was Alison Steele.
Yeah.
And she was very beautiful and glamorous. She was an older woman, but she had a persona.
Yeah, she was like an announcer.
Well, no, she had an act of that she was the Nightbird.
Right.
And I had this crackpot idea, because all I was a kid, that if I could be your friend on the radio, like, the guys could be your friend.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about you. It was like you were a friend on the radio.
Yeah.
And, you being a super hot chick, it was kind of cool. Then you saw you, and it was like, wow, maybe that's a girl I could get. You know what I mean? Because she's friendly.
She's friendly.
No one's friendly who looks like that. But, of course, I fell for it.
By the way, you're looking very good right now.
Oh, thank you.
And I love the show.
Oh, America's Got Talent.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun doing it.
I love the harp guy.
Earth Harp, yeah. He was terrific. He really was good. So, did you ever bang a listener? Would a listener ever get you? No, I don't think so.
No.
Because, and I would imagine that you get out of college and you get a job at WMMR in Philadelphia, which is unbelievable to me, because if someone would have taken me out of college and given me a job at WMMR, I think I would have just died and gone to heaven.
I got the job while I was still in college.
Wow.
And they offered me the job, and they said, okay, you can do weekends and fill-ins. And I said, great. And then I realized that some of the fill-ins might be what classes were on.
Yeah.
I figured it wouldn't happen, but it did.
Yeah.
So I was cutting class to fill in.
Can you imagine? I mean, when I was in college, I was so bad on the radio. I mean, MMR to me would have been the pinnacle of my radio career if I could have gotten there. And while you're in college, you get a job there. Do you think your looks played into it, though? Did it help you get in the door? Because you're so stunning.
Well, thank you, but I don't think so, but thank you.
Yeah, but come on. I mean, rock stars were banging you.
No, they were trying.
Right, and they were putting you in videos because of your look. Your beauty also played into
nice
this.
Of you.
Did the radio programmers hit on you?
Yes.
Yes, they did.
But, see, here was the joke.
They probably thought if they gave you a job, they could bang you.
Yes, but here's the thing. I was pretty naive. My whole concept was that I was totally into the music. I was started out, I was going to be the secretary at the college rock station.
Right.
And file records.
Right.
I didn't think a girl could do this. But when I got the idea that I wanted to do it because somebody teased me at the radio station, they said, oh, you think you can do this, huh? Right. I said, all right. So I said, well, it's a gimmick. They just hired an English guy, so maybe they need a girl. And I'll surprise them because I'll actually know what I'm talking about. And so the guy that introduced me on the air the very first day actually does shows here at Sirius XM.
Who's that?
Michael Tierson.
Oh, yeah, I listen to him on Deep Tracks.
Yeah, well, and he was just the same guy, and I'll never forget this. People are who they are, and I say this with no animosity. He looks at me, it's in the book, and he goes, we won't be needing a girl around here, so you won't be here for very long. And this is what he said before the mic went on. And I looked at him, and I'm 20 years old, Yeah. Then he puts the mic on, he said, and now we have Carol Miller. He says, this is a microphone. And I said, does it bite? And I went on, and then I just did my show.
He was condescending. Were you nervous on the radio when you first got on, or you were relaxed?
Oh, no. Very nervous, but I pretend to be relaxed.
Yeah. I pretended to be relaxed. It didn't help. I was awful. I was awful.
Nervous.
I was so bad at it.
No, how could you be awful?
I was awful, and I was so bad at it that even queuing up these records and putting them out. You want some water?
No, I got here coffee.
I feel like I should put you in the hospital. Not let alone.
I've been. They don't want me there.
They don't want you in the hospital?
No, she can't even be in the hospital.
Right. So I'm so scared I'm going to get whooping cough. I mean, oh my God. Yeah, Dan, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, I just want to say that that whooping cough is very contagious, Howard.
Oh my God.
Oh no, don't call and say that.
Oh no. Oh my God. Oh,
no, I'm telling you, I wouldn't come here. I wouldn't do that to you. I'm a responsible person.
Okay. Well, anyway, I catch everything.
So do I.
So you've had a radio career unlike mine, where I think people, you were on the fast track. You were at MMR. You got to PLJ in New York, WNEW FM in New York. And you know what's shocking? A lot of people don't realize this, and if they read Carol's book, they will. in the beginning of her career, in the beginning of my career, you could play whatever you wanted on the radio. The DJs were in charge of the music.
She picked her own music.
That's right. You got to pick your own music, which I hated because, A, I didn't care about the music. I just wanted to be an announcer.
Thank you.
And I found it to be a big pain in my ass. I was looking to be on the radio. I didn't care what songs I played. I didn't understand this passion that everybody had.
Well, in the book, I make an argument about this because the idea is to present music that people like.
Right.
It shouldn't matter who picks it.
Right.
And people say, do you pick your own music? I said, did you like it?
Right.
That's all that counts. Now, at the beginning, we had just a certain number of albums, 10 rock albums, the brand new albums.
Right.
Now, in a few years, you have 100. How are you going to present 100 new albums every day to everybody and expect them to hear something new every day and even retain it?
I know.
You can't do that.
It's an impossible job. I say program directors have the hardest job. They have to sit there. Their whole careers are based on trying to figure out what people want to hear.
Right.
It's insane.
It's a joint thing where you say, yeah, you want to introduce people to music, but people say they want to hear everything new, but they really don't because they can't. They want to hear some things new and then the things they like. And it's kind of a balance of making it sound like you're hearing the new things, introducing them, and also playing things they like.
How old were you when Steven Tyler took up with you? You had like a 6-month love affair with Steven Tyler,
well, I
right?
don't know, love affair, but yeah.
How amazing is that? I mean, you're working at the radios. Like, I've worked at radio stations. Nobody's looking for love affairs with me. No rock stars, female rock stars, or male ones for that matter, want to know me. I mean, it must have been so incredible. How old were you?
26.
You're a 26-year-old girl working at a radio station. Steven Tyler, one of the biggest rock stars in the world. Certainly someone fantastic, right?
You have to understand something. First of all, as a person, he's a funny person. You know him.
Yeah.
He's a sweet guy, but he needs supervision.
Right.
As I wrote in the book, I wasn't sure if he could use a bank machine, you know, when they invented them.
Nor did he have to learn to use one.
That's right, because he had a manager. They didn't have to do anything.
Right.
But the whole thing, if you read my book, the funny part is that because of the background that I come from, I wasn't looking for, you know, sex and love affairs. I was on a mission to find a husband because I was getting old.
Right.
From my
26.
Yeah, the bloom was off the rose.
Right.
So I'm working at night. Who do you meet? Engineers, you know, program directors, and rock stars that come through the station.
Who are you going to go with?
Well, who asks you out?
Right.
So as hard as it is to believe, me meeting the rock stars was like somebody meeting somebody from the office.
Right, yeah.
And
they were interested. You had the look. They you know, you were cute as hell. You're a young girl. They were looking for young girls, and you have a good career going. Were you making a lot of money when you were 26?
Well, I have never made a lot of money, to be honest with you, Howard.
Is that true?
Absolutely true.
You know, you're one of the best, I would say, you know, if you take
radio... He would always talk about Carol Miller.
Carol Miller, Allison Steele, you know, there were guys, you know, when you think about it in terms of like a baseball or Major League Baseball, to be on a New York radio station, especially at a young age, that is considered the pinnacle. You can't do much better than that. Every disc jockey wants to come to New York and get one of these jobs.
Right.
And you're saying there was no money in it.
No, what I'm saying is
what was your best year? How much?
You want me to tell you?
Yeah. I'm curious because people think it's like you're a multimillionaire walking around.
Oh, yeah. Before the pay cut, my best year was $160,000.
Yes. Now, it's pretty amazing. $160,000.
I don't make that now.
Right.
And let me tell you why. It's not, first of all, when I got into radio, there was, and I was not a, you know, a performer artist like you are. I'm a DJ.
Right.
And there was a thing called parody, AM and FM. AM always got more. Because and so I was paid, when I started at PLJ, I don't mind saying this, I got about $30,000 a year.
Right.
It went further than whatever now. That money, I mean, I could do the whole math for you, how you could go up, the cost of living and everything.
I tell my guys now, I talk to them about radio. I said, this idea, we've got the best jobs in the world. I said, you have no idea what's doing out there in radio. Here's a person who's at the pinnacle.
Right.
And sure, $160,000 is a great amount of money, but it ain't some millionaire running around on the radio.
And then I got... go ahead, Robin.
I was just going to say, it's that other thing that Howard always talks about, being famous with no money.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is this. There were two factors, and the other one I accepted and understood. I was told point blank when I started, we're not going to give you as much as the men because they have a family to support. Now, no, wait a minute. You know something? I understood that. This was not we're going back 30-some-odd years.
Right.
This was not beyond my comprehension. I said, well, that's right. I don't. You know, what
but they didn't hire a family. They hired a man.
But that was the thinking.
You rationalized it somehow so you could get through the day.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Because it's really not fair. How do they know what your situation is? Maybe you were supporting your family.
Yeah,
you don't know.
I know that, but it was a different time, so I was happy to have the job.
Right.
You know, they didn't want to have women in the first place. I was up for a job at PLJ twice, and they said they weren't ready to have a woman
Larry
yet.
Berger was the PD?
Finally, he hired me, yes.
Yeah.
And he...
Yeah, I was frustrated by him. I was going to be the new morning guy at PLJ. Jim Kerr was the morning man.
That's right.
And Larry Berger called me. I was working in Detroit, and he said, all I wanted in my career was to be the morning man at WPLJ. You know, if I could have had that, that would have been like, I would have thought I died and went to heaven. So Larry Berger gives me the big call, and he says, I'm watching you. I said, you're watching me? Hire me. No, I got this guy in the morning, Jim Kerr. I could fire him. No. I'm not going to fire him. Maybe I'll put you on at night at some point and let you do nights, but you can only talk for 3 minutes, 3 minutes an hour. I said, but that's not what I do, and why would you hire me? Well, so I had to wait. Then I went to Washington, D.C. He said, I'm going to look at you and see how you do in Washington. I didn't hear from him. I'm waiting, like for Mashiach. And then finally, NBC called me, so I went. But I would have died to work at the station you were working at. It was a great rock station.
It was the best. It was a great team. But I can tell you something. I know why, and I know you had it in for Jim because of that.
No, not for Jim. I mean, I'm happy for Jim.
I know, but you used to joke about it.
I joke about it.
I know. Yeah. He was, and he was like Little Lord Fauntleroy.
Yeah.
He was the whitest person I ever saw in my life.
Yeah.
He was from Cornstick, Michigan. He had long blonde hair, but he had the voice of like
a great voice.
James Bond. And
he had a great voice. I remember I used to listen to him. I think this must be the best looking guy on the planet. And then you see him, he's just a regular guy.
He was a child.
Yeah, right.
And so anyway, the girls loved him. So he was doing very well.
Was he getting a lot of sex, Jim Kerr, being the morning man at PLJ?
I can't speak for him, but from what I hear, yes.
Yeah, I imagine so, right? And you, meanwhile, were not slow. Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
Steven himself says in his book his penis was massive, and it was huge, right?
You know something? Which book? The new book or the old book?
I don't know which book. I remember that his penis is big.
It's hard for me to remember. You know why? Because that wasn't really the most important part of the relationship. And you know why? Because most of these rock stars, it's in everybody's head that it's all about the sex. Meanwhile, it's really not. And you know that. When I was going out with Steven, it was really more about, he was a really fun, friendly guy. It's hard to explain that would be a friend of yours in 8th grade. Right. And he loved to do crazy things like wrap yourself in blankets and run around a room.
When he asked you out, were you shocked? I mean, he was like one of the biggest rock stars, still is.
Yeah, but you see, yes, but I come from a background where there were no posters in my room as a child.
You didn't worship these guys?
No. I just thought they were good at what they did, and it would be fun to go out with them because of the fun.
Did they understand you had a regular job? Because these guys are like children. They're
like children.
They want a woman with them 24/7.
That's right.
And if you can't be with them 24/7.
Right. Exactly. And Steven Tyler was such a decent guy that if you read the book, I hope people do because it's very funny the way I meet him. I thought he was dead. Because he falls asleep in the bed and this and the whole thing. And I'm never going to go out with him because he's an idiot.
What you're referring to is that Stephen was using drugs.
Yeah.
And you're there with him, and he uses drugs, and he passes out.
Right, but that was the first time I met him.
And you thought he died.
Yeah, and I said, how am I going to get out of the hotel? I'm going to be the last person seen with a rock star. If you read the chapter, I pour water on his face, and it's funny.
He's out cold.
Out cold. But then he winds up calling me back. And I realize this guy's out of his gourd.
But wait a second. The kicker to the story is you call his manager or somebody, and they say, stick some fried eggs underneath his nose and he'll be revived. They'd obviously been through this with him.
Yes.
And they stuck fried eggs under his nose. You did it. And he woke up, and and that was it. He was fine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then I left.
Were you doing a lot of drugs back then?
No. I never was really a drug person.
So when Steven's partying, what are you doing?
Oh, I'll tell you. When I did start going out with him, because it was a few months later, he came back. They were working on the record. Because of my hours, he was coming up to the radio station. Come on out. You want to go here? You want to go there? Sure. So that's how it started. And, he'd fly me to places and this and that.
So you held out a long time before you gave him sex, right? You were not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, see, even though he really wasn't a candidate with a capital C, I was on that Jewish look for a husband. And
did you really think Steven Tyler was going to end up being your husband?
No, but I thought Paul Stanley would.
Paul Stanley of Kiss?
Yes.
He asked you out. He asked you out. You went out with him, and you had a loving relationship with him.
Yes, he's
for how long?
A few months, and then they went on tour. But I've been friends with him ever since then.
Paul good in bed?
He's a wonderful guy. I have nothing bad to say. His mother just passed away.
You think Paul Stanley broke up with you because you're a Jewish girl and he wanted something more exotic? He wanted he wanted some exotic sort of Catholic girl or something he couldn't get in high school.
In the book, I wrote that, but I'm writing that kind of humorously because I realized that my understanding of guys coming from my little Orthodox type background was so limited that I thought every guy is looking to settle down.
Right.
Even the guy that wears spandex on stage.
Did your parents ever sit you down and go, honey, you're dating the wrong kind of guy?
They never talked to me about dating. I wasn't allowed to go on a date, and then they were worried I wasn't married.
I see. So when you're going out with Paul Stanley, the legendary feud between him and Gene Simmons is that they don't get along.
Oh, that's bullshit.
That's all right. You can say that here. Paul Stanley did get along with Gene Simmons?
Yeah.
He didn't have a bad word to say about him?
No.
And you're telling me you really don't remember Steven Tyler's penis size, or are you just one of those people that doesn't want to talk about it?
I don't want to talk about it. It was, look, I'm not, what says plastic caster people? I'm not that.
Were you satisfied, though, sexually from Steven?
Yeah, but I wouldn't have cared. I was having a good time on the plane.
Right. Were you in love with him?
No.
It was about just sort of hanging.
Yes, I realized that.
Wow. That's like a dude. You were like a dude.
Well, but I was a friend. It was like the friends with benefits thing.
But Paul Stanley you were in love with?
Yes.
And when he broke your heart?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I didn't understand they were going on tour, and I didn't understand, and he told me, later on, of course, guys, like, we shouldn't get married, we go on tour. He was straight ahead also.
Right.
But the funny part in the book was I just didn't understand these things. I didn't go around, like, beating myself up. I thought it was my hair's too dark, my teeth are bad,
When Ian Hunter asked you to be in a video, which I think
it wasn't him, it was his manager.
Was that manager trying to get in your pants?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's the great. I was talking about MTV with somebody. MTV was so amazing. Watching these videos was like our art form. Like, it was like great artists were coming out of this. But some of them now, when you look back at them, like the Ian Hunter video you were in, you had the cutest hairdo in that. Your ponytail is off to the side.
I did that myself.
I love that. And you look super hot in it, and all these hot chicks are in it. And, of course, they're all chasing Ian Hunter around. They're running their fingers through his hair. Ian Hunter smoking a cigarette through the whole thing.
Yeah, with the sunglasses.
With the sunglasses on. Ridiculous, right?
Right.
Ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous.
No, it's all ridiculous.
And now it's all gone. I mean, there's no more of that. You don't see videos playing an important part.
Well, thank goodness, because it went over the top. I mean, who needs it, really?
Yeah. Are you sad by how radio is declining now, that people are just not as excited about it? It doesn't have the same clout it used to have?
I think that it's all a matter of marketing and advertising, and this is why. I call radio the Maytag of media.
Right.
It's like you need it. Everybody has it. The guy sits there, it doesn't break, but when it does, oh my God, the radio's broken. And we, collectively in radio, did not do our job in glamorizing and showing the attractiveness and the total utility and the superior appeal of radio.
I agree.
It is You can't turn it off. It doesn't break down. You don't have to upload, download. You don't have to do anything to it. You can't stop it. It bounces off the stratosphere. The government can't shut it down. There are just so many reasons why it is the perfect sonic component. And yet, because of marketing, people have allowed people to think that walking around the street with little plastic things in their ears with canned music is hip. It's just marketing. And I think one of the things about...
So it makes you sad that the DJ is not appreciated.
I wouldn't say that. I would say that the media likes to think that.
Yeah, I think the DJ is appreciated. I think the audience likes to hear somebody,
yes,
you know?
I will tell you something. The two people that besides here, of course, Mel Karmazin came and, elevated Sirius XM. But I have to hand it to Bob Pittman, because I worked for Clear Channel. And because he started MTV,
right.
He came in there, and he understands that. He loves radio, and everything he does is with a splash.
Yes.
And I really think that
he gets the show business of
it. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
And when it all comes out in the wash, because it's going to come out, how many devices could we have? It's just ridiculous. We have to have the one that works. Radio is going to be standing, and people are just all excited by their latest thumb thing.
Yeah, well, that thumb thing is delivering music in a way that doesn't have commercials, and that's what's going to eventually win out. You know that.
No, you know something?
You don't think so?
Let me ask you a question. This is my other theory. I wish I could talk better.
I know. You should have waited to come in when your voice was all right.
Then you would have said, she's over, it's done.
No, I wouldn't have.
Never.
You're wrong.
Why
No, I feel you're
that?
struggling with your voice. I got to ask you something.
Yeah.
You were married, I guess it was your first marriage, to Mark Goodman, the VJ, right?
Yeah.
Was that your first or your second marriage?
First.
Yeah, you're married now, right?
Yes.
Your first marriage, Mark Goodman, the VJ. He was a big deal back then because he was on MTV.
Yes, but I knew him before.
Right. And you worked with him where, at MMR?
No, actually at PLJ for a little bit, but I had a lot of friends in common from MMR.
The rumor I heard, this was a rumor, you don't address it in your book, but tell me if it's true or false. You came home one day and you discovered him in bed with two women, and it blew your mind. I mean, of course it would blow your mind. It's your husband. True or false?
No, false.
It looks like you're looking in your mind for whether that's. I mean, that's something you wouldn't forget.
What is this related
No.
to?
I'm wondering which story you've gotten it confused with somebody else. No,
somebody told me that, and I didn't know if it was true or not. And I said, "Look at this guy."
No, but.
How many women was it? Was it more than two?
No. I never came home and found him in bed with a woman, but I did. Well, look, it is what it was. I think he is another person who, certain guys, when their fame goes to their head and they're at a certain age, and I have it in the book too. Even my father said, give him a year, let him stup around, he'll come back.
Really? Your dad said that? Isn't that interesting when your father says that to you? It makes you wonder what he did to your mom.
No, because you're married. The men do this, it's the old way.
Right.
Let him get it out of his system.
So did you wait the year to see if he'd get it out of his system?
And then my father says, let him get it out of his system and get an AIDS test.
I see. Do you run into him in the halls around here? He works here as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Do you ever run into him?
Once or twice.
Really? Is it ugly?
How
is it
is
like,
that?
hey, you don't talk to him, he doesn't talk to you?
No, I'll tell you something. When he left, it was my choice. I decided I'm not going to be... He left... He ran off with somebody else, whatever. I'm not going to be the groveling whatever. I'm going on the air and working. And I was shocked. I'm from a very conservative background. So I just went about my business, and I decided never to see him again.
Right.
I never saw him again until a few years ago in the Sirius studios.
That's what I say, yeah. I would imagine you run into each other, yeah.
Yes, I ran into him.
How awkward was that on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being most awkward?
Well, because I have a sense of humor, and I think Lifetime is a funny channel.
Yeah.
And I've been through so much crap.
Yeah.
If you read my book, I'm cancer and this and that,
So much cancer, right? You've been through.
Yes, and I never told anybody.
Were you a smoker? Were you a cigarette smoker?
No.
It's just, you got breast cancer when you were like 20.
And uterine cancer, yes.
Just like that. Was it in your family?
It killed everybody.
Wow.
So,
and did you had a mastectomy?
Two.
And then you had two mastectomies.
All of it. They put me back together 10 times.
What with an implant they put?
Oh, please! I don't want to talk about.
What do you mean you don't want? You talk about it in your book, no?
Yes, but I don't. I look like a person, right?
No, you look terrific. I'm saying.
Yes, I've been through hell and back.
No, you really have.
I just finished up radiation last year from the inside. You don't want to know.
You had what type of other cancer did you have?
Uterine. They took the plumbing out too.
Wow.
And you know what my joke is?
Yeah.
I asked. You know who I asked this question to? Naomi Wolf, the feminist.
Right.
She has a few cards in the deck that I think are loose. I said, would you consider me a woman? Now. I don't have any parts.
What did she say?
She was a little stumped.
Of course you're a woman.
No, I'm saying that humorously.
Yeah, but is that how you feel inside? That
No.
You're not a woman?
I feel exactly the same. Exactly the same, because you know something?
Then why would you ask her that?
Because she wrote a book about, she just came out with a book about how your body parts are related to your brain, and I thought it was crazy.
Yeah, look, I only have 2 inches, and I consider myself a man, even though technically I'm a woman. All right? That's it. You got to think of yourself the way you are.
No. I think of myself as a woman.
It's in your brain, right?
That's right. It's in your brain. What are you, 2 inches? It's barely a clitoris I got down there.
No, everything.
My balls are a good size.
Well, I think of myself as a woman, and not only that, I'm like Barbie.
Right.
Because they put me back like Barbie.
I like you better this way, quite frankly.
Well, thank you.
I think all that internal stuff is disgusting. I like a woman who's been cleaned out a little. Honestly.
Between you and me?
Yeah, much better.
Yes.
No, but the cancer, I mean, you've looked death in the eye, right?
I'm back. I've had MRSA twice in the hospital.
You've had what?
You know, that staph infection.
Oh, yeah.
Twice.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I've had.
Is that from the treatment?
No, that's from the hospitals. You get to.
You pick up stuff.
Yeah, I've had. You wouldn't believe what I've had. I'm like the cockroach that ate Manhattan. But I swear, I got a sense of humor.
And you've had
about
what,
it.
radiation and chemo?
Radiation. They didn't give me the chemo because I had a heart murmur, and I don't like.
Wow.
I had the 2 mastectomies, and
You've had like what, 10 surgeries there, right?
About 25.
25 surgeries.
I'm not kidding.
Why the 25? To reconstruct?
Yes, because I had infections and all kinds of problems. But you know something?
God. You've been through hell.
Yes, I call myself Queen Cut Me Up.
And did you go through the divorce all through that?
Here's the fun part that's in the book, where because I do have a sense of humor thanks to my father, who I miss very much. When I was going through the divorce, I went through the divorce, and all of a sudden I came down with it.
Man.
And I don't mind saying this, but it's in the book, so I could say this. He sued me for my half for the co-op. Because New York state law at that time was just an investment. So you could sue. They didn't.
Right. Well, it's a marital asset, yeah.
Yeah. So I was at his lawyer's office, and he's not a bad person. I think he just didn't get it. I said, listen, I have cancer, and I am paying for all this other stuff right now. Could you please, not sue me? So they delayed it for 5 years if he would have the money. But he came and got me anyway. It was right on the door, affixed to the door. And I had to pay $43,000 and then another $23,000 while I was going through all this shit, plus driving my father to chemotherapy. And guess what? I had a nice apartment.
Yeah. Well, you've been through a lot.
Yeah, and you know what?
Don't you think radio is a dismal career? I mean, you've had a pretty good one, but most guys just really get the shit beaten out of them, don't they?
Yeah, it's...
It's not... management doesn't take kindly to DJs, do they? They don't really appreciate them, do they?
I never really thought it was a career, and that's why I got into it. I thought it was something so new and exciting like the Beatles.
Yeah.
But it's been wonderful to me because...
you wouldn't recommend it to other kids when you go coming out of college?
I don't know what type of opportunities there are.
Right.
Because you know what it is? If you really work, if you really love what you're doing, because I really like hanging out and talking to people.
Right.
Maybe I feel like, when I was a kid listening, like I'm on the other side of the radio. and I'm your friend. And I really mean that.
Yeah.
And I like it so much that I've shown up for work sick and this and that. It's not because I'm stupid or a martyr.
You love it.
I love to do it. And you
still
do too.
love to do it, yeah. And when you saw Mark in the hallway after all of as you say, you had financial issues with him, and you were going through cancer. You saw him. So because you have a good sense of humor, what did you say to him when you saw him after all this time?
Well, the first thing he said, he was very nice, and he said, "Oh, you look exactly the same. I can't believe it. You didn't get fat." But I wasn't sure why you were supposed to get fat. But anyway, we were talking, and, you know, he does have a daughter from a second marriage.
Right.
And then I think there was another marriage. And then he said that he realized that he was a fool. I mean, he was sincere, and that he didn't understand what we had. And that's when I saw Lifetime Movie of the Week.
Well, you know, guys do learn. You know, sometimes you don't realize what you have when you have it.
And that's always I don't write a bad book about a bad person, and that's not a big focus of the book at all.
Was it hard to get the book published because
no?
Because you think about it with radio and stuff. Sometimes people don't give a shit. You know.
Do you know that I was never going to write a book. What happened was I got a letter from an editor at HarperCollins. I was opening the Warren Zevon book.
Right.
And there's a letter in there saying, "Did you ever think of writing your memoirs? We bet you have some great rock stories." And I said, "Wow, they think I should write a book about rock star gossip." And I said, "Oh, no, I wouldn't want to do that, but I'll talk to them." HarperCollins.
Yeah, well, I could see why you'd think that. I mean, you've banged quite a few rock stars.
Not that many.
Whitesnake, that guy, right?
Oh, but that's who
the whole
cares?
band.
No. What's his name? Coverdale, right?
Yeah. Look.
Big get in the world of women and men.
It's a big.
Hey, by the way, the name Whitesnake.
Yeah, I got that part.
Was named after his penis.
I guess so.
Is it that big? Is it that crazy big?
No.
So
nobody's like that.
Tyler is like that.
No, he's not like that.
I know a woman who blew him, and she told me it was huge.
She has a small mouth.
Really? Do you really think so? Wow, because she claimed that,
oh, give me a break.
Some guy told me you got a blowjob next to Steven on the tour bus, and he said it was monstrous.
No, listen, that whole thing. I have to tell you something. When I went out with these people, I actually was their girlfriend. And I'm dead serious. I never saw any of this crap. Yeah. I never saw groupies except when they would throw things at me.
But do you feel incredibly special when a guy like Steven Tyler or the Whitesnake guy, they're at the top, they're on the top, they're being catered to, and you're the girl on the arm?
You know why? I think it's great that they invited me. I like being there, but I know damn well that if it was any other pretty girl, it would be them too.
Right? Yeah, that's true.
And that's what.
Very smart that way.
I was looking for a relationship, and but I also got to go to a lot of nice restaurants and airplanes.
Right.
What can I tell you?
It's fun being on those private jets with the guy and he's hanging out with the band. It's pretty heady stuff. I mean, for a young girl,
it's fun, but you have to know that that's not reality.
Not real. No.
And you say, what would they do if you had a flat tire? Would they be coming to fix it and help you? No.
How's your marriage now?
Great.
Good dude or what?
My husband is Paul Logus. He is a recording engineer, mixer, producer, and he's doing a lot of mastering right now.
You never caught him in bed with two girls at the same time? Maybe that's where I heard it from.
No, I never did.
Good.
No, I think you met him at your party.
Yeah.
He is doing, the music business has been really crazy. He was the guy who did you remember when Jimmy Page did redid Kashmir, Come With Me. He produced that with Puff Daddy. He did all the big hits with P. Diddy and all the Bad Boy stuff in the 90s. He mixed all that stuff with a couple of his friends, Bad Boy music. And now he's doing a lot of mastering. He did Anthrax, just did Stone Sour.
Wow. Did you ever end up in bed with a girl? Never.
No.
You're too good a girl.
No, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
I find I'm a regular girl. To me, it's like, disgusting. I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're into guys.
Wait a minute. Why do guys like that?
please. Why do guys like that?
They like to see it, but I
Because
don't.
it's a scene. It's a scene.
Yeah, I know, but no.
You got to be a guy to understand.
I guess so, but I go, bleh.
Yes, Jeff the drunk.
Yeah, my cousin died from the whooping cough.
Oh no!
Oh,
don't even tell me that. I'm gonna get it now.
You had fizzy L's.
Marianne from Brooklyn, go ahead.
You know, Carol, I really like you a lot, and there's two things I have to say. It is contagious, Howard. Don't dare go near that booth or any microphones or shake a hand or kiss a goodbye. Because when I went to AGT, I had a very bad cold, and I went for whooping cough diagnosis, which it wasn't. But there's two very important things. Carol, you can get it from children not having shots, and also your shot must have wore off. So whoever's...
I know how
I don't have a whooping cough shot.
I never had one.
You have it when you were little, Howard.
Oh,
Yes.
for God.
I can tell you how
Oh,
it
maybe it's in the 3-shot.
Knowing my parents, they didn't get me one. I'm telling you.
No, I know.
Why didn't your parents get you a whooping
We
cough?
all had them. What happened was...
Yours worn off, right?
Right.
What happened was... We never got booster shots because
Right.
wait, you're not
I never
getting
had
it
a
from me.
booster shot.
No.
Oh.
You're not.
Carol,
Listen, she's not a doctor. Marianne, I thank you. Marianne, you're not a doctor.
Yeah.
Please.
You
I'm
regret
not
not having
contagious.
kids?
What?
Do you regret not having kids?
Yes, but it was unfortunate because of my illness.
You couldn't do it.
Well, I would have had to.
Adopt.
Pay other
Do the
people.
surrogate.
Yeah, not all that. If I couldn't do it myself, yes, I do.
Carol,
I have a wonderful nephew.
Carol, the book is called
Up All Night.
Up All Night, My Life and Times in Rock Radio.
Yes.
It's in stores now. I wish you a lot of luck with the book, you know.
Thank you. And it was a gift that was given to me, an opportunity. And
normally I would tongue kiss you goodbye, but this time I'm not, only because of the whooping cough thing.
Don't worry.
All right. As long as you...
fella, don't worry.
All right, I will not get it. All
no,
right.
you're not getting it.
All right. Anyway, listen, Carol's been around. She's done it all.
Sort of.
And then some.
And not all of it.
And she's banged a lot of guys who very impressive list.
Well, they think they are.
Well, I'm impressed.
You are more impressive than they are.
Did you ever go in the studio with Aerosmith and watch them record?
That's the more fun part. Yes.
You did?
I've been in
What song did you see them record?
Oh, I saw them doing the Draw the Line album.
No kidding.
No, see that if you read the book. I've been in the studio with Bruce Springsteen, Tom Petty, Stevie Nicks.
No kidding.
See, that's the interesting part.
What did you see Springsteen do?
I saw him working with Graham Parker. I saw him the end of the Darkness album.
Did Springsteen bang you too?
No.
Did he just let you in the studio to hang out while they recorded?
I was the first person who played his record in New York. If you read the book, by default in 1973, because I was working in Philly. He was a local guy down there.
Right.
We played the record. Andy W. wasn't playing it because they were having a fight with his manager. I got a job, and I played it because I didn't know they were having a fight.
Oh, so no wonder he had you in the studio. You were a friend.
I've been friendly with him and them.
He never tried to get in your pants?
He was going out with somebody else.
Yeah, but he tried. Stop it.
No. I'll tell you something. I was interested in the music and.
Right.
You know, I'm serious.
Well, they were interested in getting in your pants.
Well,
all right,
look,
listen.
everybody's interested in everybody else's pants.
Listen, Carol, it's great. Great to have you here. I will read the book. Carol Miller, if I could read, I'd read the book. And,
you have a book.
You got pictures in there?
Yeah.
Of course. Any of you nude?
No, and there's never been one.
What a shame. All right. Carol Miller, Up All Night. Get the book. Thanks for coming in.
One thing.
Yeah.
5% of the royalties on the book are going to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation.
All right.
So there's a charity aspect, so that please.
That's very nice. You know.
Thank you.
Now, you see what happens when Steven Tyler has sex with you? This is what you end up sounding like. Oh, this really wasn't whooping cough. Just fucks the voice out of you. That big cock of his. Right, Carol? Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
We'll be back right after these words. Thanks, Carol. Listen.
Yeah, you're
I
not
better not get whooping cough.
No, you're not getting sick, Howard.
I'm a sick boy.
Howard, I know how you feel, but.
Well, you're amazing.
No, this has been going on for. I got it. It was like a month ago, and all I have is the residual.
No, I know. It's a pain in the ass to get rid of.
And you know how I got it?
I think
it was in these studios. Somewhere here in Sirius XM had it.
Wow.
And they didn't tell anybody, and that's irresponsible.
Right.
So people with low immune systems, I was right there, picked it up.
Yeah, they get fucked up. Well, anyway, you're terrific, and I appreciate you making the effort and coming in, even though you're not 100%.
Yeah, because, something...
Very nice.
I pushed it off and,
No.
whatever. And
Congratulations. I haven't seen you since your marriage.
Oh, thank you.
And that party you had, it was wonderful.
Thanks.
And you look...
Thanks. And you're wonderful, really. And
your parents
congratulations on the book.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I take a quick picture?
Sure. Your parents okay?
Yeah.
I see them on the show.
They're hanging in there. Let's put it that way.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. It's great. It's really...
You should read about my father in the book. Piece of work.
Yeah.
Read it.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you had a very successful father who was worried about you, and...
yeah, but he had a mouth. He was your biggest fan.
Really?
He would go, oh, Howard, I have to... Those girls, I have to go see it now. What time is it?
The girls.
What are the odds?
The girls.
We all get two parents. What are the odds that any of us can get two normal ones?
One more. 1, 2, 3.
You know what I mean?
Thank you so much.
Especially to you.
Oh,
no, what I'm saying to anybody.
My father, it's in the book. You read it. Hi.
Carol, you made it through.
I made it through.
You're a trooper.
Well, that's what I do. I may sound a little weird, but hi, Lisa. How you doing?
Good. Great. You did a great job.
I'm sorry that I sound like this, but you know something? Who cares? It's funny. If you can't laugh, then you can't laugh, you know?
Unbelievable times. I mean, these stories, you've lived the life that people can only dream of. I mean, all the people that have listened to you on the radio are dreaming about living.
I think that I took them in stride, you know, because I knew it wasn't real. Do you know what I mean?
This was this artificial life that you were exposed to?
Yeah, because, I mean, I knew it was fun, but you don't go on like that, you know? I mean, I was in hotel rooms where people were trashing things and ruining I mean, people don't do that. You're not supposed to do that, you know? But I didn't participate in it, so I knew that wasn't the real world, but I saw it.
You were there to observe, and you knew where reality started and stopped.
Yeah.
Well, Carol, good luck with your book. It sounds like an unbelievably interesting tale. So.
Well, thank you, and once again, I'm very honored that I got a chance to write it, and there is a 5% donation, you know, I'm making from every royalty to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. So
that's awesome. That's something.
If you get it, you're doing a mitzvah.
Awesome. Thanks, Carol.
Thank you so much.
Oh. Anybody else feel whooping cough coming on? I feel it.
I got it.
You got it too, right?
Yeah. I was 5 feet from her the whole time in the hallway.
Were you? You're feeling it, right?
I hope not.
Feel it coming on. So funny.
Hey, it was a nice run we had.
What?
I had a nice run here. So,
hey, same.
You know?
Good man. Hey now. Hey, here, fellow radio person, Carol Miller is here. She works at Sirius, and she's still on Q104, I think, in New York. And she's had a spectacular radio career, and I love talking radio. She wrote a book called Up All Night, My Life and Times in Rock Radio. And what a charmed career. Ah, there you are. Hi.
A charmed career, you call it.
Oh, a charmed career, if ever there was one, and I'll tell you why. How are you?
Outside of whooping cough.
Oh, you have whooping cough?
No, wait, yes.
Do me a favor. Don't be in here. I can't get that.
You can't because I'm not contagious anymore. But I swear.
Go sit in that booth. I swear to God.
Don't worry about it. I'm begging you. Don't worry about it.
You're begging me. I'm scared. I'm so afraid of germs.
I know. So am
you
I.
You have whooping cough?
Let me tell you something. You know whose fault it is?
I feel like I'm getting it already.
Oh. Wait, let me put this in.
Don't come near me.
No, don't worry about
it. Please, I don't want to get sick.
You're not going to get...
All right, sit back far on the couch.
All right, here.
And you sound like you have whooping cough.
Yeah, I know I don't sound right, but you know something, you can make fun of me. I don't care. I'm here.
John, you're on the air. Hi. Hi, John.
Hey now.
Hey now, John, in Dallas.
Hey, Howard, you got to just listen to this. This is off the WebMD on the whooping cough. It says, when an infected person sneezes or coughs, tiny droplets containing the bacteria move through the air.
Oh, no, don't read this.
And the disease is easily spread from person to person.
Oh, my God.
Dude, you better go to the fucking ER right now, man.
Oh, my God, Robin. Robin.
She said she had been on antibiotics for 2 weeks.
Yeah, so what?
You know
that
doesn't mean they worked.
No.
She did cough at the end.
What does it say?
It also says that antibiotics sometimes may help prevent some spread of the disease. It's not a 100% deal. It says
it's not 100%.
No, it may help some spread of the disease.
Oh, my God.
What's she doing now? She's like Typhoid Mary.
I know. I mean, I just got to say something. I love Carol. I admire her career, and I was looking forward to the interview. But
yes,
first of all, if your voice is shot, just tell Gary and say, listen, I'll reschedule. I mean, I know she had rescheduled once, and I would have waited another 2 weeks till her voice was back. Number one. Number two, I'm such a paranoid as it is. But I know. I mean, well, who's next? Gary, bring in Gilbert Gottfried with leprosy, so I can see if I can survive that. I swear to God. I mean,
So what happens now when she shows up like that? Did you know she was sick before she came into the studio?
No, Gary. But Gary's such a fuck.
Oh no!
No, you should have got. You know what, Gary? You should have said, Carol. This. You know what? You are a fuck. I'm going to tell you why, and I want to make this clear. You really kind of are. It just dawned on me. I got to tell you why you're not a friend, and you're not a good guy, and you're not my producer anymore. Because when you see somebody walk in that condition, you know they have no voice. You turn to them. So I'm not the bad guy. You say, Carol, look, I'm gonna make a decision here. I'm listening to you talk. Your voice is shot. You've just gotten over whooping cough. I'm guaranteeing you a slot on this show. Howard wants to interview you. But I'm going to say Howard is a guy, I know he's afraid of germs, as it is. Healthy people walk in here and I don't even want to fucking see them. So go home. I'm not putting you on the show. And then that's it. Who wouldn't do that?
I've never sent a guest home in the history of the show.
But you could have.
But you would be like, it's easy to say now that you saw it. Plus, I told you during the break, and you could have said to me, just send her home.
I had no idea.
But I told you.
Gary, you said she came in and her voice was a little fucked up.
No, I said it was a lot fucked up. I said she sounded really bad. And you
said it. I said, so I guess I'm going to have her on. I'm not out there to evaluate. All I'm saying is you can take over. You're the producer of the show. You always leave everything up to me.
Because you want to do that.
How many discussions have we had? I say, Gary, you can run things. You're the executive producer of the Howard Stern Show. If you see somebody out, this is for the future, okay? Because now that I'm dying, because now that I got to go be in the hospital for a month with whooping cough.
You know the difficulty of turning a guest away, and I will do it.
Gary, it's difficult. I know the difficulty. That's why I have a producer. If I could do it, I wouldn't have you. You're here to do the things I can't. I mean, this is the same as when I was single and I wanted to fuck girls, and I just said, Gary, get me the phone number of these girls. I'm not your fucking
pimp.
Yeah, you're not my pimp, but you're my producer. You can get me a phone number.
Don't yell at me to do stuff that's on a personal level
Okay, fine. You don't want to talk about that? Then at least when you see a guest come in here and they got whooping cough, you can say to them, it's fine to leave.
Well, I don't know whooping cough. She said I was getting over being sick.
If you hear somebody with their voice in bad condition, you can dismiss them and say, look, I'm making a call here. I'm not consulting Howard on this.
Hey, Howard?
Well, hold it. Jay Thomas just came in. He has a touch of E. coli. Gary says it's okay.
Hey, Howard?
First of all, I got to tell you something. And Gary, this is the truth. You didn't say she sounded awful. You didn't say she sounded bad. You said she doesn't sound that bad.
No, she doesn't sound that good.
No.
And you said,
Will Murray just wrote me a note and corrects you. He listened. This is not coming from me.
You said, is it noticeable? And I said, yes.
She doesn't sound that bad, you said. Now, based on that, I made the call. Listen, I'm giving you the power. Protect me. I'm your boss. I told you, Gary, I'm out of here in 3 years. You're going to have no job, despite you think you're going to be working on the Kelly Ripa show or something like that.
Well, I'll be working somewhere. Whether it's up to your
we'll see.
Whether it's up to your
You
gold
heard what
standard
Carol
is fine.
Miller
But no matter what,
Her
I'm going
best
to work
year was
somewhere.
160,000.
Howard, when you leave
as an announcer,
when you leave, everybody's going to work somewhere.
the reason, but here's the thing: everyone can blame you for me leaving because if you don't protect me, if you don't make this job easy for me, I'm telling you, this is everybody's responsibility. Everyone listening to me who works on this show, Benji, Fred, those two maniacs in the back room. All of you.
Hey, I know.
Excuse me, John.
I'm sorry.
I'm giving someone a reaming. Don't interrupt me.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Protect me. David Letterman wouldn't be interviewing somebody with whooping cough. The reason they protect him, they know if Dave retires, they're all out of work. Now, it's true. You might get a better job than this.
That's not my thought.
You might.
My job, I'm here.
But I'm saying,
I'm in this moment.
If it's easy for me, if I got people thinking with me, like like their life depends on it, it becomes easy for me to work here. Then I go, and then someone like Mel or somebody says to me, you want to sign up for another couple of years? Yeah, it was pleasant. Well, now all I'll think about is I don't want whooping cough.
Well, this is all I'm going to say, and I apologize. But this is what I'm going to say. There's definitely been
next time someone comes with whooping cough, what are you going to do?
There's definitely been a shift in the way we're thinking, and I'm still thinking the old way. And it's and I wouldn't think
I've never thought of you any other way than a competent.
But you might say, why would you turn a guest away?
Because they have whooping cough, and I would have sat there. I would have blown you. I would have said, this guy, I would have blown you. I would have pulled your pants off and sucked on your disgusting cock. Because I'd say, there's a guy who thinks of me, who cares about my health. And, oh, by the way, Robin, I didn't tell you this. Next week, a guy's coming in with the Black Plague. And we're going to see if I survive that. I mean, come on. Look out for me a little. I know I'm a dick. I know I'm a shit, but at least I'm the guy who puts food on your table.
I don't think you're a dick.
Keep me healthy. I'm out for whooping cough. That's it. I'm out of here. I'm not coming back.
But why would you put those words in my mouth that I think you're a dick or a shit?
Because you must. Why would somebody expose me to the whooping cough, which John tells me is the most dangerous fucking disease? Bigfoot, too. What do you got?
Who is John?
There? John is a listener from Dallas.
No, I'm just saying, what's his medical expertise?
He's reading from a thing he just found
on the internet.
Yeah, what do you think? It's lying?
Well, I'm just saying, you just told Sal to never use the internet for medical advice.
Because Sal can't read. He's an idiot.
I'm not saying John's wrong or right. I'm just saying John's not the...
John, where'd you get your information from?
It is WebMD, the National Institute of Health.
Thank you.
Well, there you go.
WebMD.
Oh, and Howard, but the good thing about it, it says... You've got a good week and a half because it says it takes 10 to 12 days before you really notice any symptoms.
Oh, Lord.
Thick the my scabies.
Wait, what is that, Bigfoot Jr.? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I'm too upset. What?
Thick the my scabies right now seem wheezing and feverish. I think they might have caught it.
Hey, Gary, don't bother applying to the CDC after this next 3 years because...
Fred, am I out of line here? I mean, for God's sakes. I mean, protect me a little, right?
I don't know who knew what. If I knew someone had whooping cough, I'd say maybe
if
don't
somebody
come in.
even doesn't have a voice to talk, it is radio. You say Gary's in charge.
Yeah, that's
of
one of
guest.
these things. I don't think you decide on the the moment. I think you decide a couple of days in advance. It's like I think their voice is really sucky.
But I don't know that a couple of days in advance.
I feel something in my chest. Robin, I'm not kidding.
If I knew this a couple of days in advance, I would have said something.
Oh, no. He's already developed a cough.
And you know what? Then I'm out for a month, and then the company looks at me cross-eyed like I'm trying to put one over on them. And I'll be in here with fucking whooping cough.
But let me ask you something. When she walked in, was there a moment you said, I should send her away?
For me?
No, for Howard.
For me? Yeah, the second she sat down.
Yeah, because now you're confronting her.
I think
every moment we were here, I could barely concentrate.
Said whooping cough.
When I hear whooping cough, I'm do me a favor. That new TV show view on Nerdist, review whooping cough. Learn about it. give you a review. Because
you could have stopped it and said, you know what, Carol, walk out.
No, it was too late. The drums are already here.
I don't think you could do.
And it's really embarrassing.
Yeah.
I can't do the embarrassing stuff. That's Gary's job. What do I need him for if I could do all that?
Well, true, but you have to think of your own health.
I know. I sacrificed myself like Jesus on the cross today for the audience. Listen to John's phone.
I know. We're sticking with it.
Well, he's got medical information.
He's our authority.
Yeah. No, we just confirmed John's whooping cough facts on a government website. It's the truth. The guy's not making it up. I do feel a slight aggravation in my chest now. A tightening of the chest. First sign of whooping cough. Seriously, Gary, I've told you, you've got the power to do whatever it is you want. I'm not kidding. Somebody out there isn't doing their job, fire them. It's your call. You're the producer. Makes my life so much easier when you take over.
I mean, why? I'm sitting here thinking now, why would we take Carol's
Robert,
word?
that's the key words. You're sitting here thinking now.
Why would we take Carol's word that she's not contagious?
Don't worry, you won't get it. Is that a written, did that come with a written guarantee? Oh, Robin. Am I in for a day? I'm going to walk around with my whooping cough. I hope I survive it.
The beautiful thing is that you're a healthy person with a strong immune system.
I know.
So you'll be fine.
Thanks, Robin. Oh, if only you were here to cradle me.
Ophelia.
Because the whole time I was like, this isn't even good for her. Because she sounds terrible.
Of course. Yes, Marianne.
Oh, my God. Gary, you know I love you, and I felt so bad all week for you. You fucking dropped the ball. First of all, her voice was like my voice, horrible. Second of all, everybody knows 25 years ago isn't what you're going to do now for the show. And whooping cough, you don't have to go on the computer. It's been, over the last 2 years, one of the biggest diseases that's so catchy. Howard, you have to go to the doctor.
I'm going to go. By the way, thank God I have a doctor's appointment today.
You do?
My yearly physical. I'm going to be treated for whooping cough today.
It's very, very catchy, and I don't care how much antibiotics she had. And she also, Gary, sounded terrible. Didn't you pick up on that?
No.
Yes, I did.
No, he said not that bad to me.
Oh, come on.
I mean, people didn't really hear Carol Miller today.
No, Carol has a beautiful voice, by the way. Hey, can you get Carrot Top on the show? I hear he has cholera. Maybe we could get rid of me that way. You must hate me. You must hate me, Gary.
That's such a terrible thing to say.
I think you do. I think you proved it today. You want me to have whooping cough.
You're an evil, evil person. You really have some fucked up thoughts in your head.
Yes, I do.
I mean,
you should
really
know that
think
by now.
You really think I hate you?
Yes.
Come on, let's be honest.
Yes, you hate me.
That's a terrible thing to say.
It's your revenge because I don't like your show.
Oh, please.
That's it. You got me back good, though. I'll tell you that.
So
you gave me the shiv.
So the thought is that my crummy little show I do on the side is more important than my career.
Yeah. I think you smell big things.
I don't think like that.
I think you're hoping Nerdist becomes the biggest channel on the internet.
I don't think it's going to take over the house.
I hope for you it does.
It's not.
Well, you got me good. Bigfoot Jr., thank God you're here. You seem healthy.
Did she say she'd be signing copies of her book at the Red Cross Respiratory Clinic it is?
Yeah, I mean, she's got to wear a mask for that signing. I mean, come on. But, Gary, please, if you see something like that going on, don't leave it up to me. Just say, hey, I made a decision, boss. You know me, I got no problem killing an hour. I could kill 10 hours. You're empowered. I don't know how else to say it to you. You're my guy. I depend on you. Keep me healthy. Keep me whole. Keep me sane. Hey, look at this. Anthony from Opie and Anthony missed 2 weeks of work with whooping cough.
What?
It's going around here like a fucking...
No, she's saying that's where she got it.
She's saying she got it from him?
That's what she said.
Really?
Yeah, she
said
I
know is I'm going to get it. And I know I'm going to get it. I'm rushing to the doctor today. Look, you have the power. I've told you that. This is your show. As much as it is mine. Forget that it's called the Howard Stern Show. I'm changing the name of the show. You ready for the new name?
The Gary Delabate Show.
I don't want that to be.
No, that's what it's called.
Nobody's listening to that.
We're going to call it, they call me Baba Booey.
Nobody's listening.
Can we use that name, or does Nerdist own that?
No, you don't want that name.
All right. The same as your book. It's going to be your book, your internet show, and your radio show now are called They Call Me Baba Booey.
It's called Quivers
It's
Alive.
your show now. It's just your show. Don't be afraid to take that name of the show. This is the Gary Delabate. I want all the jingles, everything changed. You hear that, Bigfoot Jr.?
Oddly, I don't. I know it seems like
you glad you're here today, Bigfoot Jr.? You might have whooping cough.
I had it once, but I cured it with the good shit it is.
You shit out the whooping cough? Wow. Well, I don't know if I'll be that lucky. I'm cursed. I was cursed the day I met you, Gary.
Well, it's been a long curse. What are you laughing at, Bigfoot?
Listen to this. The building won't let Anthony in until he has a doctor's note.
Is he out? Is he still out? Or is that a period of time?
Yeah, I don't know, but you could see the guy suffering with it, and now I got to suffer with it. Whooping cough. I didn't even know I could get that.
Wait, but if the building won't let Anthony in, then why are they letting Carol in?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on around here, but now I'm exposed. And by the way, just for the record, to tell you I'm not crazy, here is the actual tape of you telling me about Carol Miller's voice.
So is it distracting to talk to them?
A little bit.
A tiny bit.
You know, it's like it's
a little bit, a tiny bit. Well, hold on, let's stop right there for a second, if you don't mind. A little bit, a tiny bit.
All right, keep going.
All right.
Maybe that's it, but maybe it makes it worse for me. Maybe not. Let's hear it.
To the audience that she's a chick with a hot voice because that hot voice is not there. That's her tool.
I don't know what that means, but believe me, I zone out when he talks anyway. But a little bit, look. You make the call. You're my man. It's the Gary Delabate Show. It's no longer the Howard Stern Show. I'm giving it over to you, the name. It's a huge thing for me to do.
I take the responsibility.
If anyone calls it the Howard Stern Show, they're fired.
I take the responsibility.
Take that sign down. It's now the Gary Delabate Show.
I don't want it.
And now that it's the Gary Delabate Show, I think you'll think of it.
It doesn't change my thinking. I don't want the name.
You've got it. You've just been handed what I consider the most precious thing in the world, the Howard Stern Show name.
So you're changing that sign back there?
There's not enough room.
Wait, hey, this is wild. George Clooney's on the phone. Hello, George.
Gary! Damn it. Can I come in to meet Howard?
Gary, now...
I'm fine.
This is George Clooney, one of the biggest stars in the world, wants to come in and meet me. What do you say to him?
George, you're going to have to wait till you feel better.
I feel great. Did you hear me? You're a good producer. You know what you're talking about.
All right, thank you, Mr. Clooney. Gary says it's okay for you to come in.
Of course.
How soon can you get here?
I'll be here in 5 minutes.
5 minutes. All right. All right, he's going to be up here in 5 minutes. Now I'm getting a note. Ronnie warned Gary about how sick Carol Miller was before she came in the compound.
Yeah, he said he said she doesn't sound good. She's sick.
Yeah. To you, that signals Howard is not going to be pleased. And then you evaluate her voice and her illness, and then you can you make the decision from now on. I'm empowering you. Does everyone hear this? Bigfoot, you hear what I'm saying? I mean, if you understand this...
What?
I'm saying if you understand this, everyone will understand, but I don't even know that you understand it.
Well, lucky for me, I can't get the whooping cough it is because I already got the smallpox and it prevents it.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, cancels it out.
Oh, my goodness. He had small.
He's a doctor.
Oh.
Wow, I want to go home, Robin. I'm beaten, man. My guy, Gary. You know who you remind me of? Joe Paterno. The great Joe Paterno. He doesn't see anything. He doesn't hear anything. Nothing's wrong. Goes on and on.
I thought you were going to say a great man who made one mistake.
Oh, no. You've made many mistakes.
No.
Look, let me just say this. I love you, but can you love me back a little? Just a little.
You know I do.
I don't believe it.
I know. That makes me sad.
I know. Makes me sad. Because I thought after all these years maybe you care about me.
But somebody makes a mistake and it's unequivocally they hate you. That's how you think.
Would you pretend you're my mother and you're taking care of his son? Help me.
Your mother or a
my mother would protect me. Well, actually, she wouldn't. She threw me in
You
Roosevelt.
think she would have let Carol in?
All right, pretend you're not my mother. Pretend you're
a mother.
Who is somebody who would protect me?
Mother Teresa.
I guess I don't have anyone like that.
I wouldn't have let her in.
Thank you.
Just
Where
because
are
she
you?
doesn't sound good.
You know, you should have Robin be your mother because she knows everything.
She does.
After the fact.
No.
You don't know that.
I'm still sitting here saying to myself, you know, like what I do, Gary, is listen. And I'm listening and going, can she actually make a connection with the audience with that voice?
You know, I'm sure Letterman or Leno or Kimmel's producer would say, hey, you know, listen, you don't have a voice. You know, they got to make that call. You can make the call. Yes, Sheila, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard. Whooping cough is very contagious, and I'm your age, and I had it when I was 2. I nearly died. I was in the hospital forever, and I'm not so sure you do have a defense to it.
You almost died from it.
With your doctor.
You almost died from it.
I was in the hospital for like 2 months. I mean, I was very young, but it's very dangerous, and I'm your age, so I'm not so sure you have an immunization to that.
Thank you.
See, I wouldn't let that woman on with that voice.
You can be sure my mother didn't immunize me.
Oh, come on.
These doctors, they'll kill you. You're not getting
You had
them.
the polio vaccine.
I have
you remember
polio.
taking the... Oh, stop it.
I wouldn't be surprised I didn't get vaccinated.
Oh, my goodness. Don't you remember taking the sugar cube?
In college, I do. Listen, my mother took me to a dentist for my entire life. I got no Novocaine. Every single fucking filling in my mouth is...
I know that.
Drilled into the nerve.
But
You think she knew to get me a fucking shot for the whooping cough?
They always made you show up for these shots. And
You're
they
not
showed
going.
You
They'll kill you, those doctors. And Novocaine will kill you. You take an aspirin. Don't even take an aspirin. Doug Goodstein,
Let's talk to her.
Doug Goodstein had whooping cough. He was contacted by the CDC.
Wow.
This is no joke.
Well,
Right,
let's call your mother and see if you actually got the original shot.
She wouldn't know.
She's got to remember.
Bigfoot, I'm freaking out over here. Bigfoot Jr.
Will someone bring me toilet paper? It is. I just had an accident.
Does anyone have toilet paper? He's not kidding. His whole pants are loaded down. He's got a full metal jacket. Gary, please protect me. Are you sad over there?
Yes.
Are you crying?
No.
It looks like you're about to.
No, I'm not going to cry.
Look, just love me a little bit. That's all. You don't have to love me a lot. Just care about me. Why don't you cry about this? You should.
You're a really...
I thought you cared.
An unbelievably cruel person.
No, I'm not.
And you think that...
I help you. I'm helping you to be a better producer for your